Take a look at the chat. Hi.
Hello.
Take a look at the
I think I saw
chat.
I'm just
Take a
saying.
look at the
Hello.
chat.
Take a look at the
Take a
chat.
look at the chat pictures. I put my motorcycle regalia on.
Oh yes, the call chat.
Yes, the call chat.
I'm looking at your house in the reflection of your visor. Trying to see if I see anything.
He's not looking at the picture. He's trying to figure out what you're. I must look at the
It
reflection.
looks like you're watching some anime in the background.
Hmm. Are you wearing this while watching Beast Wars?
Or actually, it could be straight up porn. It kind of looks like somebody giving somebody a blowjob. Can't tell if it's straight or gay.
Sorry, YouTube, you don't get to see what we're looking at.
I mean, 50-50, right?
Do you normally wear your full biker outfit while watching porn?
Doesn't everybody?
I know what
okay.
I'm about, sir.
I know what I'm about, sir.
While saying this, please, is Waspinator.
Also, we'll find out Waspinator is not the only character to speak in third person.
Really?
Yes.
I have the same coffee maker.
Scorponok also refers to himself in third person.
It is amazing. The Breville Barista Express is excellent.
It makes me feel very bougie, and it's also very fast at making coffee in the morning.
But Scorponok is brain dead, and Waspinator is Waspinator's own best friend.
Well, because after Cheater outed him with the damn machine gun, who the hell wants to befriend Waspinator? Stupid cheater.
Pete has indicated that he is also with your stupid.
It's like, that's not how you pronounce Cheetor. It's Cheater. That's not Cheater, you stupid voice actor.
We're not going to talk about how Scorponok apparently was a maximal.
Wait, okay, so you changed that. Like we can go with our lore. That we had discussed that. A maximal. Or we had discussed that Waspinator and Pterosaur were just some guards. But yeah, it could have been Scorponok.
Yeah,
could have been.
Must have been. Well, that's how. I mean, how else do you explain how in episode 3 he has maximal insignia on his weapons?
That's true. This is absolutely true. So yeah. So the lore is, I don't know. I guarantee Alex did not watch our entire 3.5 hour stream. So
one episode.
A single episode. There's a zoom in. Scorponok's rockets have a maximal. I think it's like the way you write I think it's the same idea as, you know, how you put the city of the destination of the warhead on the warhead. I think that's the actual reason behind it.
Sure.
But for headcanon, but for headcanon, it means he's actually a maximal, and he was simply the museum guard who was guarding the golden disc, and Megatron just said, "You follow me now," and he went, "Okay."
Well, what do I get out of it? You can be my second in command. Yay, promotion!
Yay! Scorponok loves Megatron. Scorponok will do anything.
What kind of glue does Megatron have? Yes.
Megatron has promised Scorponok lots of glue.
And he defies the laws of physics.
Anyway, hi Pete.
Greetings.
Hey Pete.
You're also part of these degenerate biker special time group. Greg, we're gonna have to have our own special time. Wait.
My wife has words for you. and they're not very kind.
Wait, hold on. Pete, do you ride a motorcycle as well?
No, I do not.
Oh, okay.
Like a normal person, he does wear motorcycle gear while watching porn.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like a normal person.
I mean,
Spencer, he's alive. He's alive.
I think my specific words were if I did and had the suit, I probably would. But you know.
I mean, it's a very stylish thing to do. It's like a asphyxiation, basically.
Yeah.
Much power, much asphyxiate.
Yes.
All right. I have the Spencer's alive. I was unsure for a while there. No responses, no messages. Actually, he still might not be alive. It's just an icon. He's not actually.
Oh, there.
Oh, there he is.
For some reason, my mic input changed on Discord.
Ah.
I don't know if you got my text, but yeah, I finished work at 7, so I was a little late. But
oh, no worries.
Yeah, all night. You don't call, you don't text. You have me and your eyes all worried for you. Take 2 helpings of masa soup and get better.
Yes, Spencer, you sent that text in the group chat with you, me, and Mac. I'm keeping you and Mac.
Yeah. That's
Just a totally different.
I don't have.
Yeah, 2 of
Discord
us
on my phone, so. At least not this
Alrighty.
Discord, I guess. I got a different Discord or something.
Could you guys hear me when you
Yes,
called
yes, we could.
originally? You
Yeah.
could? Okay. I was wondering if I was having input problems, but
Nope.
yeah, okay.
Or if you were, it wasn't noticeable.
Okay.
Yes, and we've all been just general abusing the mute button is perfectly acceptable. Seb and Greg and I, all of us.
Again, I have it's hot outside and hot inside, so I have all my windows and doors open. We have a dog next door, and of course my dog wishes to communicate with it. Problem is, my dog is 175 pounds of pure adorable fluff, so he loud. Hence the mute.
Hence the mute. Alex, are you ready?
Greg, can you send me that link again to that D&D lookup website you had sent before?
Yep, give me a sec.
Oh, wait.
This is great. I now have YouTube chat on the screen.
I did find it.
And I have Roll20 chat on the screen. And if anyone else is curious, specifically the other 3 guys that are not, this call format looks a lot better on screen than the server call format.
Okay. I was wondering why we weren't in the typical server.
Yeah. If you look at YouTube, you'll see why. When you go to YouTube, it doesn't work. It doesn't work in YouTube. Apparently, though, OBS has a full Discord integration, which now I'm gonna have to play with even more. No, I like this better actually. Anyway.
Oh yeah, it's just nicely aligned at the bottom of the page. Yeah.
And higher resolution. And...
Yeah.
I also
like how the
think
first chat, like the first that's not me just going, let's go. It's Peter saying, yes, I want biker special time.
I also sent a list of conditions for and what they actually mean. Unfortunately, there is no Oz condition.
Wait, what? Explain. Yeah, I need context, Greg. What is the context?
Do you need context?
Well, I can think of 3 different situations. Are you referring to the
only 3?
Are you referring
only
to the punishment?
No, I'm
Okay.
referring to the chat that I've just posted the 2 links in.
Oh, okay.
The call chat.
I see. Yeah, the punishment. I have suggested just all the other guys need to know is that I have made a suggestion for Greg's punishment for rolling so terribly on his charisma save.
So what that was supposed to be a persuasion check. However, what that really turned into was I failed so badly it turned into a bribe and a punishment.
Yeah, that's why I said it. It was like you called it a check, but it was actually a saving throw because we're going ahead with it anyway. Just the results might be catastrophic.
It's the new Daggerheart system. I rolled and I lost with fear.
Yeah, that's appropriate.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're going with some new rules on dice rolls. Everything you attempt to do is going to be successful, but there will be a consequence.
Yeah. Like, you could do the thing. You could definitely do the thing.
Great.
However.
Oh, I rolled a natural 0. Okay.
How does that work?
Well, have you seen?
That's because
Thistle's
Scorponok picked up the D10 instead of the D20.
This not glue shape.
This not glue shape. All right.
Oh my lord.
I'm going to keep this on the browser. And I'm going to keep this on my character sheet. Everything's dark. Everything's still in dark mode, Spencer?
Everything's still in dark mode.
Fantastic. Actually, speaking of, I should put the room in dark mode so it's easier to see my screens. I'll be right back.
Oh, sorry, did we lose us? He said be right back.
He's just going to turn the lights off.
Okay.
He's
Set the
going
mood.
like full-blown dark mode.
It's so dark, I turned my monitor off.
You never go full dark mode.
It's so dark, I dressed up as Brandon Lee from The Crow.
Ooh, that is dark.
Ooh.
So dark, I'm Robert Downey Jr. in Tower of Thunder.
What do you mean, you people?
And permanently demoted.
And the channel has been banned. Wow.
How did we get 3 strikes in under 5 minutes? I cry. I laugh because crying's not a free action anymore.
It's not. That's a rule.
So
I just want to
believe where we
ask
left
why.
off, a Trask had just burst through the roof of the inn. So
Yeah, at
go
any
ahead and roll
time.
initiative.
I want to know what is going on. Why does it still say main objective over Thistle's lunch
Eh?
on the map?
Oh,
It's still the objective.
It's still.
That was never completed.
Yeah, Thistle's lunch is always the objective.
I've just pictured, instead of it like it's all typed out nicely, I just want it to be written in like scribbles. Main objective. It's like in Thistle handwriting.
It's
To be fair, I have a crayon font.
Yeah, no, I figured. I just say we could just start seeing little Thistle marks all over the map that are very specific. These are important to Thistle. Okay, all right. I should not have suggested this. I regret everything.
It's a repeatable.
Greg, I know you're
quest, actually.
colorblind, but that is the worst possible color to use on that background.
And I'll be honest, that was not me.
Oh, was it? Oh, okay.
But I love it. I love it all the same.
Okay, well, you know what? You get blamed anyway.
I'm okay with that. I got broad shoulders.
Yeah, we're spending the night with a little bit of a long rest.
Yeah, so you guys
Calva got an
slept
even longer
through the
rest.
Yeah.
night. Bruce, if you want to go ahead with your
All right.
recap.
Right. So it turns out the Beastmaster's had Thistle locked up in a cage, grilling him like a recruit caught pinching grog. He's gobbing on about how pricey those bloody dinos are, but our little ankle biter was just having a laugh, punching monsters like the jungle sandbags. Fair go, right? When they finally drag his sorry ass back to us, thanks to me sweet-talking the dino owner, I tell Thistle, "Oi, mate, you know there's heaps more dinos in the jungle, right?" Little bugger gets a grin on his face that'd make Charlie shit himself. Then he pipes up, "We gotta save Kael and Crom. If they're not here, they're bloody lost." I'm thinking lost. Those drongos are probably neck deep in their own cock-up. Me, Calva, and Thistle leg it back to the Red Bazaar, but Calva, sharp as a sapper's old faithful, leaves Jim to stay and keep tabs on the arena. Jimbo's buzzing him telepathically, spots Kael soaring above the arena of all bloody places, like a show-off with a jetpack. Jim fills him in on our mess, and Calva relays it, looking half-spaced like he's on a fucking bender. We hit the bazaar just as vendors are packing up, when lo and behold, Kael and Crom rock up right on cue, looking smug as if they've cracked the Sergeant Major's safe. Turns out, they were never lost, just faffing about while we're dodging dinos and lassos. But I wouldn't know about that. Oi, Crom, why don't you spin a bit?
So, once I found Kael, we go up to the Coliseum on the hill where others go. We grab a seat and see big angry lizard fighting the most messed up chicken I've ever seen. They fight hard, blood everywhere. I ask a guy what's going down and he tells me it's some kind of Jurassic Judgment Day. He said the show was wilder and a little guy jumped into the fight out of the stands. I figured out it must be Thistle and the others, so I yell, Thistle! But Kael says to chill and find the Game Master's office. Budman is a smart guy. I look back to the Lizardnator and destroy the freaky chicken with a quick neck snap. I hope we don't see any more of those because that was one ugly motherfucker. The guards down there? No help. They mumble and grumble about tunnels and calisthenics. Weak! Kael's got wings and brains. He checks the city from above and finds Jim. I didn't even know we had a Jim. Jim says our pals went to the market, so we head there and find them. Thistle says I got lost. Me? Lost? True lies. I say, I've been looking for you and Kael all day. I'm tired. What does he know? He was just messing around, fighting lizards and dinosaurs and chickens. Kael tries to talk some sense, funny man, and the dwarf tried too. Thistle too stubborn, and he says he can eat more than me. More than me? He makes me so angry. He's a quiet boy compared to me. I will show him what 4 stomachs can do.
No worries, mate. I got it from here. So Crom and Thistle are going off like a couple dingoes in a dunny, arguing over who can scoff more tucker. Bloody hell, it's like watching recruits bicker over the last ration. Kael, all high and mighty, gives us a gobful, reckoning we've been goofing off while he was back in Bongo. Fuck me, bloody Calva for once pipes up. Gee, miracle that. Says we weren't pissing about. We got solid intel on the threats out there. Good on him. Thistle, still looking like a pincushion with arrows stuck in him, reminds us about Taban. You know, the deadbeat we might shake down later. But before we scarper, he whinges he needs a new weapon. Without skipping a fucking step, he rocks up to the nearest vendor, looking like a shot-up target, and strike me, this bloke's flogging fruit, not blades. This'll buy some anyway. Pays through the nose, but the vendor's a decent sort. Slips us good gen on the jungle. Says hit the Grand Souk for gear, but it's late, so we best settle in for a bit of a doona wrestle. We crash at Kaya's House of Repose, a half-decent inn. The lot of us filthier than a sapper's boots after a wet season, and we hoof it to the bathhouse. Calva, for some reason, skips the scrub and bunks early. The bathhouse is bloody relaxing, steam thicker than a Saigon fog. Well, I keep to myself, scrubbing clean, doing some isometric exercises, and I've got to keep the old chassis in order. Crom, the big bastard, sits down, displacing half the bloody tub like a misplaced pontoon. Kael, fussy as a brass hat, folds his robes like he's prepping for inspection, then splashes about like a bloody bird in a bath, all preening before he settles. Thistle, usually louder than a misfired charge, goes quiet. Calm atmosphere's got him, I reckon. Then the daft bugger starts yakking to strangers, fishing for intel, probably scaring them half to death. Just as I'm thinking we might get a moment's peace, this dwarf stomps up. Hugh Hackenstone, grizzled as a rusted bungalow, face like he's chewed through a jungle and spat it out. Offers to guide us through the wilds. I'm looking at him thinking, mate, you're tougher than a sapper's swear jar, but if Thistle starts another Barney, I'll chuck him to the dinos first. And that's it. End scene.
Done. I especially appreciated Crom's participation.
Yes.
Why, thank you.
Nice.
It was a very strong collaborative effort.
Yes, thank you, Seb.
It sounds like it's pretty hard to string some of those Australian words together.
I'm tripping over. I didn't practice this one because I practiced a lot of the other ones, but I was like, God damn it, tripping over them.
It sounds hard as fuck.
The Australian slang sure is on point.
Well, Calva sometimes has an R on the end and sometimes doesn't. It depends.
Calva.
Calva.
It's either Calva or Calva and I. Yeah. And then hope you guys got all the great Arnold references in the Crom's there.
Yes.
Yes, it was very good.
I didn't know we had the gym.
I did like the true lies.
True lies.
True lies.
Anyway, it is early morning of day 2 of our adventure. In Chult.
In Chult.
You guys have awoken in your respective rooms.
Separate rooms.
At the KS House of Repose. What would you like to do today?
Eat my oats like a good centaur.
So, Thistle had said before he's thinking of trying to get a different weapon. However, this could turn into like three sessions of Thistle trying to get a new weapon.
we all understand the assignment.
And I can just envision Kael in the game, that vein growing. Every second we're not on the main objective.
You see the feathers start to like tink at a place. Tink, tink. Like it's just over time.
I swear it's going to be we get somewhere and someone touches him and he's just going to explode and gain the rage feature as a monk.
He just gets a level in Barbarian.
Yep.
Develops this eye twitch.
He grabs his second class as a barbarian to get the rage.
Yeah.
He gets a free
He
level
just gets a free level in you just get a free level of Barbarian.
So I will say not every interaction in the city does need to require like a full-on role play. Although I'm not saying if that's what you guys want to do, hey, if we're having fun, we're having fun.
If Thistle's getting too distracted, just make it just go to rolls.
Yeah, like if you just basically want to, spend some time doing, like, hey, I want to spend a couple of hours doing X in this part of the city, and roll some dice and see what the outcome is. Like, there are like streamlined ways we can do things like that.
So I understand that. I just wanted to make sure that was out there, that I recognize I'm a problem. And
You're not a problem.
Hi, I'm Thistle. I'm a problem.
And my pronouns are ooh and shiny. So, last we heard that the blacksmith was just let me zoom out here. Zoom. Unenhance. The blacksmith was, unless I'm mistaken, up here, right? Or am I thinking something else?
The Grand Souk is where we were directed to get weaponry.
Souk?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, the Grand Souk is where you find most forms of equipment and things like that.
So
Equipment.
Thistle wakes up, fresh and refreshed from his tub time and his nice chat with Kael. Comes downstairs or wherever the main hall is. He assumes it's 2 levels.
Yeah.
And comes down and goes, wait, there's a breakfast.
There's
And
a breakfast.
goes up to the bar and is like, breakfast? Yes, breakfast? Yes, please. When? Yes. Hi.
The bartender grabs a bowl and fills it with some oatmeal and hands it to you. Tells you that it'd be 3 copper pieces.
Thistle looks at it kind of like how a kid would look at porridge instead of bacon for breakfast. And go, but I thought breakfast was part of the room. The other hotel, it was part of the room.
The other hotel, the ritzy one, yeah. What is different?
The the bartender says, "Oh, I almost forgot," and he like reaches into like a dark corner under the counter and drops what appears to be a few questionable looking raisins.
What? What the?
you know when the child has lost at the grocery store line,
Wait,
and that deep sigh of, and Thistle will slowly and surely start to eat the porridge, eating around the 2 questionable raisins to start.
Oh, there's more to
And
it.
just,
Like a small handful.
As he pushes them to the side of the bowl.
yeah. he kind of plays around in it. He kind of thinks, and when the bartender's not looking, he reaches in, grabs his notebook, and makes a few notes.
Just makes a few notes. I need to pause that. So I was here early. I want to be already there with my thing. So what does my breakfast cost?
Again, the only breakfast available is the
porridge
at 3 coppers.
Okay. 3 coppers. Then I shall give myself 3 coppers.
It's early morning. The bartender works late. He doesn't do a lot of work in the morning.
I'm not picky about the food. I just that's fine. I'm down a lot earlier than everyone else. All right. So I'm sitting there. Just letting you know, I was like, as you come down, Bruce is already. He's sitting at a table with his porridge. He's eating it, but he's just kind of staring at the bowl, the empty bowl, with oddly quiet.
Did he eat the raisins?
He did eat the raisins.
Okay, they were exceptionally sweet.
They were exceptionally sweet. Did the sweetness permeate to the rest of the oatmeal at all?
Depends on how long you let them sit.
Oh, fair enough. Probably not long. He's kind of probably not long.
Like 2 handfuls of disappointment.
Yeah. That's what you see. You just see me there as you all come down, whatever. So I'm already there doing my thing. Anyway, continue.
Yeah, Bruce insisting that he was up first lines up with his character. So I'll.
Yeah. Yeah, Thistle just being oblivious to anyone else who's there is also with his character.
Yeah.
Eventually, he noticed Bruce and be like, good raisins, huh?
Bruce, first one talked about. Okay, so Bruce kind of looks up. You see, very slowly, a look comes over his face. Big smile comes over his face. It's like, "Oi, Thistle! Oh, morning. Yeah, the raisins were good. I don't know. I don't really taste anything anymore."
Is that like a camper thing, or is that because you're in an army with a skyship, but you don't have a skyship anymore thing? Because if they took your skyship and your sense of taste, I gotta go punch somebody.
Oh, I think it's just what happens when you have one too many diggers breakfast, mate.
What's a digger's breakfast?
Well, diggers breakfast, nice quick dart in the black, mate. Don't have time to be sitting down. This is all fancy. Dart and black, like a scuff out and a short little fucking cigarette and coffee, mate.
Oh, I thought you meant you went with darts outside. Well, it was still dark and black out because you're a human and you can't see in the dark.
Oh, I mean, eventually you get pretty good at flicking the butts. You can almost hit you can hit all the dinnerware hanging from the trees. Sometimes me and
I'm glad we didn't go with British reference for that one.
I forgot what.
Don't run with darts in the forest in the morning.
Oh, I mean, I got darts. You see me use my actual darts. I can run around with them like the best of them.
Thistle now absolutely confused on what a dart in the black is.
Dart and black.
He just turns back to his bowl and continues to eat, now pondering. Wait.
Well, wait. Thistle now knows what coffee is.
Yeah, I think we've already established
but Thistle still doesn't know what a cigarette is.
Especially with dirt in it.
Yeah. Coffee is the chunky you drink that makes Thistle very fast.
Is it's a very bitter drink that he is too young for. But what does that have to do with a dart? Like a physical, literal dart?
Yeah, because he doesn't know what a cigarette is, does he? All right.
Well, he knows what a cigarette is, but he has no idea why you would call it a dart.
No, fair enough. I didn't even call that. I call it a digger's breakfast.
There you
He's
go.
like, maybe put the shovel away?
All right.
So on that note, does Calva come in from outside?
Yeah, I'm just like,
and having,
just
you know, a
talking to
cup of
Thistle
coffee
now. I'm
with
like, I perked up. You snapped me out of it, Thistle. Good job. It's like, it kind of reminds me. I was about to go to a store. Yeah, sorry. I'll let somebody else come in because I would just start gobbing on. So
Yeah. So Crom clops down the stairs and then asks the barkeeper, whoever's serving breakfast, for just a dry bag, like an enormous dry bag of oats.
This is something he can help you with. He goes down to the little cellar behind the bar and hauls up a bag of oats and says, "Sure thing, it's yours for 1 silver piece."
Here's a silver piece.
He accepts it.
Crom proceeds to shovel dry oats into his mouth like a horse.
Makes sense. Do you hang it like around your neck?
No, I place it down at the table. I'm not completely without manners.
You just kind of like hold it in one arm and like eat it like popcorn.
Dixies.
Yep, pretty much.
Shoveling it like handfuls.
Yeah,
That took too long to find. The term is Dixies. Dixies is what you call the portable pots and pans that you take and that's
Dixie Normans?
No, just Dixies. No, I got my list of vernacular here. I was like, what the fuck is it called? I know it's on here. Anyway.
Where do you go for a quick burger and fries?
Macca's.
You gotta go to Macca's.
Yeah.
Hungry Jacks.
And it's Macca's no matter where you're going. It doesn't have to be McDonald's. It could be just the tuck shop, still Macca's. Canteen. There you go. So I'm kind of this will sort of brought me out of it, and I'm going on and starting into my story. So you see Bruce sort of look off in the middle distance as he's known to do. He's about to start. He's about to start a story. It's like, it kind of reminds me. It's like don't really smoke anymore, and have any of that kind of stuff. But it's sort of affected my ability to taste. Maybe, I don't know. I wouldn't even know if I could taste anymore. I mean, it tastes like something. So I know it's not completely burnt out. But me and me mates, we'd be out in the jungle. It's just making me think about that, going out there. And, I'm just thinking about that a lot. What about you, Thistle? Are you thinking about anything?
The sound of wind just rushes through the room.
Bruce, it's like for the first time, Bruce is like giving the most honest look at Thistle. It's like, you know what? I want to hear you out, whatever's in your brain right now, and it's like the worst timing.
DM, does Thistle believe Bruce?
Believe Bruce?
Can I roll an insight check on him?
Yeah, give me an insight check.
Do I? Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you can hear into his soul.
There's
Know his exact.
there is an honesty about Bruce that he doesn't usually display.
Thistle, who is normally pretty wretched at reading people, puts the half 3/4 eaten bowl back for the bartender to put away, and kind of slides down over to Bruce and goes, there's my thought really is I don't necessarily make friends easily. I find that food, friends, and family are a core of who I am. And my thought really is I want to help my friends.
Well, good.
I don't know what that is, but I need to find a way to be useful. Because if I'm not useful, then why are you guys just trugging this farmer around?
Well, good on you, mate. That's the right sort of attitude to have. And you know what? I don't think we'd keep you around if you weren't useful. I understand it takes a little bit of time to figure out what that is.
He just kind of smiles, and then he'll go over and start just eating, as Crum's eating oats, he'll kind of pick at the bag of oats and start just mooching off that, like the popcorn.
Has anyone else entered while this is going on?
I was going to say, Kael and Calva, you guys gonna sleep all morning?
It's noon.
You go ahead, Spencer.
Yeah.
Calva already did sleep through one.
Some might say Calva slept like a rock. That's it. I'll see myself out. Okay.
He cried half the night and shit himself.
Bruce suddenly spontaneously combusts on site. Oh well, we don't know what happened to him anyway.
Thistle now in charge of the court system.
Anyway, so yeah, as we're talking,
Kael will walk on in, grab a bowl of porridge from the guy, and go over and sit at the table and go, "Hey lads, how's it going?"
Good, you?
Good.
Yeah.
Slept like a rock.
just dinky die, mate.
Until you laugh, Thistle has this look on his face like it's okay to say that, like this isn't a hate crime.
Wait,
No,
to say
he's a
what?
dwarf, it's okay.
I slept like a rock.
Oh.
Before saying that.
When did Thistle get so culturally sensitive?
That's why he's culturally sensitive. He's like, oh, wait, I can say that? That's not allowed?
The thought never crossed his mind.
Oh.
Somebody told him it was racist, and he never thought to question it.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Am I okay? I'm waiting for something, but I don't want to. I'm being too obvious about it now. For fuck's sakes, Kael, where are you? Like you're meditating. I'm just like. I'm like trying for it to be organic, but it's just not working in the conversation. Fuck it. Okay, whatever.
Okay, so I was waiting for everybody to go. I didn't want to jump in and ruin a moment. So I would say that Kael was probably down fairly shortly after Bruce.
Oh, so he was there first. Okay.
And sort of saw Bruce sitting at the table quietly, sort of staring into his bowl, and then went over and got a bowl of porridge. I would say after Crom liked the idea of the extra bag of oats, so got porridge, but also bought a small bag of oats to carry with him.
Oh.
And joined everyone else at the table, sort of maybe just standing slightly off to the side, eating his porridge, listening to the whole conversation that was going.
All right.
So
He's visiting
Kael
there,
was
yeah.
there. Kael was there for the whole thing.
He was just enjoying his porridge so much because it made it was reminiscent of home. This very plain, simple porridge.
Exactly.
And raisins are were a very occasional treat.
Not too fancy, functional. So as I'm sitting there, I'm sitting there. It's like, well, yeah, I got to thinking. After Thistle. Wait, I'm trying to remember what Thistle's answer to the thinking. Oh yeah, it's like, you know what? It always cheered me up. Sometimes, like I was saying, me and my mates, we'd be out in the jungle sometimes for days, just camping out, squatting under a bush or in the ground, just squatting for days, just waiting in the rain, in the mud, nothing else going on. And we always got together. We'd sing a little tune to brighten our spirits. And I thought, thinking about us going out into the bush as this troop, this band of misfits, that might as well teach you a little ditty that me and the boys always used to sing.
So just it goes something like this. It goes, once a jolly swagman camped by a billabong under the shade of a cool lila tree. And he sang as he watched and waited till his billy boiled. You'll come a waltzin' Matilda with me. Oh, you see, this is the part where you guys would come in. Waltzin' Matilda, waltzin' Matilda. You'll come a waltzin' Matilda with me. And he sang as he watched and waited till his belly boiled. You'll come a waltzin' Matilda with me. And we do that again, and it's like, it just keeps us going sometimes, sometimes in the long nights and stuff. That's okay, you'll get it. I'll dig it some other time.
It's better than the song my boys used to sing with me. Hi-oh, hi-oh, off to work we go.
Do the whistle, come on.
I whistle.
I understood that reference because I was alive. That movie came out before Bruce was born.
Hey, I understand that reference. Yeah, you get it. You know how work songs go. Something to keep the spirits up.
Oh, yeah.
I like it.
Huh. We didn't do a lot of sinning, or I didn't do a lot of sinning. We did a lot of stories. Like we tell our tales and of our past deeds and of our ancestors' past to learn and to move forward. I mean, my favorite is all about the frog that almost got away.
The fog that always.
And he just leaves it at that.
The fog that always got away.
The
what
frog
are you on
that
about?
almost got away.
Oh, the frog. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't hear it. So, what about this frog? There's a story that'll help us going out into the bush?
You see Thistle ponder for a good second and go, no. But it's one of my favorites.
Oh. It's always good to have something. It's just going to be a Thistle Bruce conversation. There's nobody else.
I reach in to the sack of oats where Crom's eating and kind of pull another handful out. And I realize, Thistle realizes that he's almost out and he's not quite caring. So he's like taking food from Crom and still just eating it because it was better than the porridge.
Like a popcorn bucket.
So, Thistle, well, I'm looking for a new weapon today. What can we know where to go for that? Now,
All right.
Bruce, you're better with the talkie-talks because I have a feeling if I go in there, I might set the place on fire. So, maybe you can do the better with the talkie-talk.
Well, if I reckon right, you said you need something that does a little more crushy and less slashy, right?
You finally speak my language.
Those are the words you
goofy
use.
Kender.
I've been really trying to connect with Thistle this morning.
Apparently. Jeez.
As your conversation goes on, you guys hear a loud battering and flowing sound, something crashing against the roof, and it seems to be quite a bit of noise coming from outside.
I can just see Kael going, my God, if this isn't the fucking main quest, I'm going to kill someone.
Suddenly.
What the fuck was that?
Wasn't me. I swear it wasn't me. And you can't prove it was me if it was me.
Yeah, right. We believe you, mate. Why, that hit the building, or that come even near here?
And Bruce turns to whoever the one staff member is.
Continuous and ongoing.
Oh, it's just banging.
Oh, it's just like bloody hellfire.
Okay, Thistle will bite. He'll walk outside.
Yeah, Thistle opens the door to find a torrential downpour. It is almost as if you're standing under a waterfall. The rain is coming down so hard. And yet there
Bruce
are
starts
still
laughing.
People, there are still people walking along the streets. Though the streets are surprisingly not dry but not flooded. The intricate ditches and are doing an excellent job of flowing the water away in a controlled manner. A number of awnings from buildings have reached out over the streets, and despite what seems to be an apocalyptic amount of rain in your perspective, the city life seems to be going on as per normal.
Bruce walks up to Thistle, like, at seeing the rain, he gets up and walks over, laughing. And Thistle's like, oh, I haven't seen a damn pool like that in bloody years. Oh, don't worry, it's a rainforest, mate. It'll let up, it'll go just as fast as it came.
Thistle shuts the door, waits 3 seconds, opens it again. Has it changed?
No.
It is still raining.
He shuts the door.
You lied to me.
You lied.
Oh, well, you know what? I can't argue with that. I've had a loss where I just turn around and any other guys are like, really? You're just gonna let me take that? All right.
Wow, with friends like this, he's enemies.
I mean, he's not wrong. It's like it'll go just as fast as it came. Close the door, opens door, it's still there. I'm like, yeah, that technically okay. Yep, that is what I said.
Yep, I should have known. I've known this
I should have known. That's why I say Bruce is just turning around. The other guys are just watching, grinning, and I'm just like, "What are you guys doing? Back me up on this."
Kael's just
Oh,
like,
right.
you walked into that one.
Right on, mate.
Well, a little water never killed anyone. Well, okay, that's not fair. Water has killed a lot of people. Statistically speaking, it is extremely dangerous.
Mostly if it's in your lungs.
I've seen fire and I've seen.
I open the door back up. Yeah. Oh, sorry. The door's back open again. It's like, oh, I mean, it looks like they're so used to it here. They've got all these ditches and stuff. It's not the rain you got to worry about, mate. It's the mud. So as long as they've got good drainage, we're in the clear. Why don't we head out? We'll be a little soaked through, but I reckon we can get to the Grand Souk and get that big whatever smashy stick you wanted.
Goes back, has another handful of oats. Okay.
I don't think. I'm gonna say I do not think Kael would be okay with going out in the torrential rain. But
he grabs the bag of oats from Crom's table. Go, hey Crom, this is coming with me now. Bye.
Okay.
Just grab Crom's big
the
bag
second bag of oats.
Walk away.
Wait, no, Thistle, no, that's mine.
Okay, out in the rain we go. Let's go. Whee!
We're gonna say if you two are gonna bloody fight, you can do it out in the rain.
So, to your surprise, Kael picks up his quarterstaff and heads out the door, and doesn't really seem to be bothered all that much by the rain.
Well, look at that. Yeah, Bruce is very surprised. He actually doesn't say anything. I shouldn't say anything. Yeah, Bruce doesn't say anything. He's just taken aback.
He's part duck.
Wait, Alex, can I make an insight check on Kael's motivation?
Sure.
If I think Peter, would you understand what I would be doing this for, or?
Let's see what your role is, and then we'll
Yeah,
question
fair
Peter
enough.
on his
I have a thought. I have a thought.
All right. Nope. 10. It's normal. I'm surprised. That's it.
So would you like me to provide some information?
Well, I'll give you background. What I was doing is like you're impressing me because I see you as weak, and so anything that shows signs of resilience and hardiness, I'm just surprised. I'm just like, oh, okay.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if there's anything deeper, I probably missed it, but I don't know if there's anything that's kind of more surface. Yeah. What?
I wouldn't say there's anything deeper. It's not like we've got to get going. I'm going out in the rain regardless of what anyone says.
Okay.
It's not that. It's just you. Kael walks out the door just like he's another member of the party. He doesn't seem to be bothered at all by being out in the rain. And maybe someday you'll hear some more backstory.
Yep, exactly. All right. That's good enough for me. For now, Bruce is like, oh, all right, okay. Let's go. Does anyone stay back?
Sentient rock walking outside.
Yeah, I'm gonna get up and be like, all right, just a little bit of rain.
Wait, hold up. Before we start for the day, where's Jim?
That's a good question.
Or is Jim not here? He's not with us right now.
I always assume he's just kind of following me, I guess. Unless I tell
know,
him to do something else.
You couldn't get any more spookier if you tried. Like,
in Thistle's
He's just
mind,
got an imp like flying.
you see those pictures of Calva that I generated up, right? It's just like this like robed dwarf with like dark like orange smoke coming out of his eyes and like this imp flying behind him with like it's like good God, he's terrifying.
Yeah, everyone just kind of leaves him be and just assumes
Just silently floating behind us. Like
again, in Thistle's mind, Jim is the actual person and Calva is the summon.
Yes.
Yeah. And I've learned that Jim
That's
is actually
usually
a
how
real
I play
person.
it, too. I mostly play Jim.
All right.
That
So Jim
was
is with us. Anyway, I just wanted to clarify, just because last time
but
Alex told us
I
that Spencer has been known to leave his demon.
Usually it's like if I give like I'll be like, all right, Jim, just go over there and do like I'll tell him to go do stuff like that if I'm leaving him in a spot, but otherwise I'm just assuming he's following me.
Okay, so you guys want to head to the Grand Soup?
Yes, please.
Plan?
Really?
Okay.
Thistle.
Oh, my insight check did not show up on the roll 20. That's weird.
My dice rolling button. There it is.
Let me just roll a random dice.
Also, just assume Jim is invisible. He always has it active.
Okay.
Okay, that right there.
All right.
Is that a concentration spell? Or is he just
What
be invisible?
he just let me pull it up here. It's just an 8, I think.
I'm signed at a roll 20.
Oz, if you click on features and traits in your character sheet, it might update.
No, I'm signed out of roll
so-
20. That's what I said.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Never mind.
Yeah.
Ignore me then.
No, I figured it out. I'm like, wait a minute. What? All right.
Oh, it is a concentration spell.
Okay, so
Oh,
Randomly roll
until
a
it
D20?
it magically turns invisible until
There
it
it is.
attacks or until its concentration ends, as if concentrating on a spell.
just making sure that because so that there would be contexts where he may be made visible outside.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
Meaning like
as
the water
we're making our way
washing around him.
through the Red Bazaar towards the Grand Soup, Thistle, can you give me a Wisdom saving throw, please? At disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
That one? Oh, jeez. Okay. So while it does not slow down the party's progress much, you spend another gold piece picking up a big old hunk of meat on a stick as you pass through the Red Bazaar. Made you and your stomach was grumbling. You were rather disappointed by your breakfast, and you required something more hearty.
Little rumbling.
And you weren't much
Can
thinking
I-
about what you spent on it.
Can I just point out, I did not pay the 3 copper for the breakfast. I just assumed he gave it to me for free, even though he said it was 3 copper. That's nice food.
He just walks away with it. That's true. You just walked away.
Oh, fair enough. Well,
But a gold piece. Okay, so I find someone selling a big hunk of meat of some kind and some kind of bread that goes with this hunk of meat of some kind, and I make a sandwich, and I turn to Crom and go, this is the breakfast of champions, and me. Wait, am I a champion? I've become a champion. I am the champion of the sandwich. Totally lost that I paid a gold for this.
This is all just to himself.
Well, if you maybe who knows? Hey, where'd you guys go?
Can we hear him over the rain?
So by the way, as you're making your way through the streets, you're mostly able to avoid the rain. There's quite a collection of awnings that cover the majority of the street.
Nice.
So you're able to move down the street while getting very little exposure to the very heavy rain. You look around and you see some buildings have a system of water wheels and other sort of mechanical devices that seem to be driven by the flow of water. You get a better look at the drainage ditches and see that the cobbled streets are impressively resilient to
Bruce, over the course of the walk, Bruce is increasingly craning his neck to look at the mechanisms.
Are there a number of rain barrels around?
So while there aren't many rain barrels like at the street level, you notice that literally every building seems to have a large rain collecting cistern.
Okay.
And which explains the presence of running water in the bathhouse and other places.
Okay.
It's pretty clear the city collects rainwater and uses gravity feed systems to provide its rudimentary plumbing.
Awesome. On the way there, if there is an open rain barrel, Thistle will take a second and refill 1 or 2 water skins.
Okay, yeah, you would definitely be able to do that along the way. Okay, you arrive at the Grand Souk. It is a large covered market. There's a significant number of stalls. It seems to be well organized into different sections. Like there's an area of stalls that are specializing in traveling equipment. There's weapons. There's worn equipment and other things like that. It's quite well organized in different sections in here. You'll probably easily be able to locate whatever it is you're looking for.
All right. Turn to Bruce. Okay, my budget. If I'm saying the word right, I don't want to spend more than what I paid for my axe. If possible, I would like to trade my axe for a smashy smash. Do you think we can do that?
Well, I reckon we could try. I don't even know what they use for currency around here. If it's I know we can use gold, but let's check, see what some of the other shoppers are doing first, and get a run about the place.
You see a look of confusion on Kael, Kael, yeah. On
Thistle.
on Thistle's face. Yeah, Kael's just confused. I'm fighting Kael now.
You're having an identity crisis.
The personality.
Thistle's gonna have to start referring to himself in the third person.
Yes, my queen.
Right.
He you see a look of confusion on his face when you say, "I don't know what the currency is."
And that's in response to that, I'm like,
I know they still take gold and silver and stuff, but I reckon we should just look around, see what the others are doing, and get a run about the place, and maybe maybe we'll pick up what the locals do. You know what they say, right?
Universal currency is knowledge.
You could try. I don't know yet. Like I said, let's take a look around first, and that's what I'd do.
Okay.
This observation patience thing is like, what?
He looks around. Do I see any weaponsmiths or blacksmiths specifically who are actively working on a mall?
Give me an investigation check at advantage.
Okay.
And while he's investigating, I actually do want to do that. Can I do what sort of check can I do? I do want to see what the culture, like what the commerce culture is.
Okay. So you just like to basically spend some time observing what's going on?
Yeah, I'm trying to get a read on how business is done here.
Okay.
Is it insight or would it be?
That would be an insight check.
Okay. I don't think I'm going to have any advantage or anything, so we're just going to roll.
16. Okay. Yeah. So you. Thistle. You. It doesn't take you long. For you to find a stand selling a variety of blunt weapons.
Okay.
There are hammers and picks and on the back shelf you see your eyes wide open. There's a large maul that is exactly what you're looking for.
Okay.
And before we get to that, though, I'm going to answer Bruce. Bruce, you find this seems to be a very intensive haggling-based commerce system here.
I figured as much.
I point to the one I want him. Bruce, I want that one.
He just find one. It's like,
Right. I reckon we go up and ask about it. Oi, mate. My little friend here is really eyeing up your wares. You got some nice craft here. What sort of things do you recommend?
He takes your question. He simply explains, well, it very much depends what you need to do. Are you looking to crack some walnuts, or are you looking to split some skulls?
Oh, we're looking to do some damage in a pinch.
Well, there's no shortage of options. I've got axes. I've got maces. I've got.
What do you got that's really small but really heavy?
And I shoot an evil look to Bruce, like excuse you? You see the size of the great axe on my back.
Oh, I'm aware.
Yeah. Well, he turns around. He picks up one of his smithing hammers. That's looks like it's got a pretty good size head on it. And places it on the counter in front of him with a loud thud. I'm like, and asks if that's what you're looking for.
Well, maybe I'm looking.
Thistle's interrupting Bruce.
Oh, is he? Okay.
Interruption.
He's looking and pointing to the mall he wants. I want that one.
While tugging on Bruce's shirt, doing the.
Her name's Lucille. I want her.
I like it. Hold on, mate. Hold on. Let's go. You gotta let old Uncle Brucey do his work.
I want the chocolate. Where's the choco bar? I want the choco bar. Mommy, I want the choco bar.
If this is not retracted, it's like this negotiation is going south fast, and Bruce is like, all right, we might have burned this one. I'm gonna have to find someone else. So Bruce looking at the hammer, and he's going on. Is the guy paying attention to Thistle at all, or is he still? Because Bruce isn't really looking at Thistle.
Thistle's actions are not subtle.
That's fair.
The vendor does not appear to be reacting to Thistle's actions.
I guess I say it's like, oh yeah, never mind, my little bloke here. He's very excitable. You got a nice place here. He really likes to hit things hard, you know. But what I'm looking for is something that can do a lot of damage. This definitely looks good. Something that you can conceal, something you can whip out in a pinch, like I was saying. I'm hoping you have something maybe a little bit more effective.
At the mention of concealing, he reaches under the counter and pulls out a simple dagger, places it on the counter. He's like, oh, then you should be able to easily hide this under a cloak.
Boy, that's anything I can see about it? Simple? You said it's just a simple dagger?
Give me let's call it investigation check.
Yeah, maybe. All right.
Kael, is this how you
22.
feel when it's not going your way?
Especially,
while
Kael's better at controlling himself.
yeah. While it is a quality dagger, it does not appear to have anything special of note, other than it's sharp and not too big. And yes, you could quite easily stash it under your cloak.
All right. Out of character, Thistle let me talk for two whole times before jumping in. That's quite a good patient.
I deserve experience for that.
I could just it's like just see him like as I'm starting this discussion. He's like losing. All right. If it was the dagger, it's like, what sort of coin you want for that sort of thing?
And I do have this.
Looks like a right nice little utensil there.
That dagger is he explains it's a very special dagger. It's made of extremely high quality steel. I couldn't let it go for any less than 8 gold pieces.
Right. Oh, that seems like a fair price. And the other things I'm looking at the back wall, it's like I was trying to get a sense of the stuff that's around here. It's a big place, big market, lots of things to see. And like I said, my mate here is a little bit excitable. So pay no attention. He points at everything. He wants everything. And I'm looking at the back wall, and I'm seeing. Is there anything besides Lucille on the back wall? Like with the expensive things?
So Lucille is definitely like the most obvious
of course it is.
blatant thing up there.
Thistle, you truly are a child.
There's a couple there's like a flail hanging and a morning star and a couple other weapons. But this mall is definitely mounted with care.
Does anything?
I would say it's great even.
Yes, it's great even. Does anything seem tactical? Anything that I could draw his attention to that is not the mall? My attempt here, just so you know, out of character, my attempt here is to sort of overwhelm him with talk, just get him talking about his stuff.
Yeah.
And
so how about we simplify this?
Okay.
Give me a performance check to kind of fast talk him.
Yeah.
And get him to not be paying too much attention to what your main intent.
That's a nat 1.
Nat 1. Yeah.
Talking through my ass and kind of stumbling over words, and the thistle disadvantage is making it go.
As you're babbling on, the shopkeeper turns his attention directly to Thistle, and he says, "Hey, little guy, I think I know just what you're looking for. You've got your eye on something special. Let me show you something great." And he turns around and he pulls this maul off the shelf, puts it on the counter. This baby.
I'm watching Thistle's eyes get huge.
Gives it a slap like a car dealer at a used car lot.
You'll get
This
14 stalls
hammer
to the gallon.
was forged in the greatest of dwarven mines, deep within the jungle. As you can see from the intricate inlay, this is a maul of excellent quality.
I'm going to take advantage of Thistle's distraction. I am going to quickly look around the room for Calva.
I was about to say,
quickly looking around the room. Where is he?
can I jump in and just take a look at it and see if what he's saying?
Wait, is everybody here just standing around? Like,
That's that. Nobody else said anything otherwise, so I assumed you're all.
oh my
just following
god!
in
No
the
wonder I rolled a fucking 1. This performance is terrible.
I was just about to jump in, but I'll let Calva go.
I am fooling nobody.
Calva, give me an insight check.
Insight.
So I do that thing. I turn around looking for Calvin. He's right there. I'm like, oh fuck.
I don't know. I didn't come up and roll 20, but I got a 19. Came up in the D&D Beyond.
Okay. You can see that while
That's
it
what
is
happened to me. I had to log. I had to log back in to roll 20. Sorry.
Forged steel maul. It does have some engraving in it, but you can tell that there's nothing explicitly dwarven in this make, and it is not. It is still a quality steel maul, but it's nothing particularly special.
Okay, all right.
Other
Sorry,
than
Alex. I
just-
didn't mean to talk over you. I was just with the logistics.
No
It's
worries.
it's
I'll
the same
I'll
thing
just
that
talk
happened to
over
me.
you louder if I need to.
Can Kael look around the shop and see if he sees like another mall that might be in the works that looks similar to the one that he's presenting to Thistle?
In the same shop?
Yeah, in the same shop.
Okay. Yeah. So we'll come back to you in just a moment, Calva.
Yeah.
Kael, give me an investigation check.
Is this like a vendor stand or this is like a room?
Yeah, it's a stand, but like
okay,
it's kind of a bigger stand. Like it's got like a little back area, not like a whole like blacksmith shop.
No.
But like it's bigger than a simple fruit stand.
Yeah.
But smaller than a brick and mortar shop.
It's like a ball.
Yeah. I've literally been in the Grand Souk in Kuwait, and I'm having a hard time describing it. Kael, you see further back in the shop, there appears to be 3 other malls that look, from where you are, looking identical to the one the shopkeeper is presenting.
Okay, I'll give Calva. I'd like to say something, but I'll give Calva a chance to jump in if he'd like.
Let's go back to Calva.
I'll just look over at the shopkeeper and be like, "Hey, it's I've seen a few dwarven crafts in my day, and it's a fine mall. It's quality crafting. Nothing insanely special about it, but well done on the crafting. I don't know if you crafted it yourself, but it's finely crafted."
He continues the route. Excellent.
and so at that moment, Kael will lean in and say, it looks to be as well crafted as those 3 back there in the corner.
I've left. I just want to say I've left. By the way, like as soon as I realized I turned Thistle, I've gone to find a different vendor.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm not part of this conversation.
Thistle, I need
Yeah.
a wisdom save from you.
Okay.
Oh god. Poor Thistle.
That's a 3.
Thistle, this
Thistle,
is
you've heard nothing from your companions. Your eyes are as wide as dinner plates, transfixed on this mall,
We tried.
and you are digging through your purse, pulling out all of your monies.
No.
This is your rubber ducky.
Let me just clear something here. I don't have a lot of monies on me. The monies because I gave Calva
Aha!
most of my money.
Thistle thought ahead.
A wise choice by Thistle in the past.
I still have 50.
Nonetheless, you are
Yeah.
pulling out all
Or
the
no,
monies
not
that
50.
you currently have on you.
So I have
As he's
15
spilling
gold on me. 15
You have
gold
how-
and like a handful of pennies. And I go, well, I have this, but really, I think a fair trade is I put my axe on the desk and go, I would like to trade this for Lucille.
Okay. So yeah. So as you pull out all your like, when I say you pull out, like you basically dumped your money on the counter,
Mhm.
as well as your great axe.
Mhm.
The vendor, not wanting to waste any time, says, "Oh, my friend, you have an eye for quality. This is an excellent deal.
God.
You won't be disappointed." And he starts, he pushes them all towards you and starts collecting the gold in your great axe.
Now, before
you do
take-
this, has enough time passed that I've been able to spot any other vendor who might have higher quality stuff?
You can see that there are a number of other weapon vendors. They may or may not have higher quality.
So
Certainly
I
no
see-
shortage of equal quality.
as
Enough
he's
that I could
scooping at my-
storm back and maybe I just want to intercept this if I can. That's the thing. Maybe I won't have time, but if I could intercept
If-
this transaction.
Okay, let's see. Let me look at a character sheet here and see what the best role for this.
I'm about to manhandle Thistle if need be. That wouldn't be the first time. Wouldn't be the last time.
No, yeah.
Let me
Yeah,
let me also just add. Thistle would like to say something to this man before he scoops my money.
That's
ahead and
fair.
say
I
your
just
thing
I just
while
want to
I'm
know if
thinking.
I have enough time to
Yeah.
intercept. Just meta, like
Yeah.
Alex, you just decide if I have the ability to do this because I can't do it if I can't do it.
Go ahead and explain what you would like it to attempt to do.
Okay, if I can physically get there, I'd like to do that. But since I've already abysmally performed in front of this guy, I would like to get Crom's attention. That kind of thing. Just like usher, there's lots like that kind of thing. So that is my intent. As I said, I'm already aware this is kind of a scam, but I just wanted to see if the scams are a commonplace. But anyway.
Okay. Well, I wouldn't necessarily call it.
I am convinced that there
yeah.
is a better mall than Lucille in this place.
They're
I am
very well made.
convinced that Thistle's axe that he is giving away is infinitely more valuable than the heavy hammer he's about to take.
Yep.
Okay. So Thistle, you go ahead and say the thing that you wanted to say, as he's
So-
starting to scoop up your money and stuff.
Before, as he goes to reach for my gold, I put my arm in the way of it and go, but the true measure of a craft is knowing if Lucille talks back to me. So, in this moment, I'm going to use something no one has ever seen me use before.
Ooh.
Features and traits. And I'm opening my magic awareness. And I'm trying to detect if Lucille is magical.
Okay.
It says when he sends a
Okay, so you're
spell.
specifically trying to use it on Lucille.
Mm-hmm.
But it says you know the location or any spell or magic item.
Looks like it's just a AoE.
Like I ping for magic.
Yeah. Well, it says spell specifically if there's a spell on it, not just magical properties.
Okay.
You know the location of any spell or magic item within 60 feet.
Okay.
Okay, so no, you do not detect any magic.
And
that's the whole place. That's true too. Okay.
Well, just within 60 feet. The place is pretty.
Yeah.
That's why I just measured the thing. It's like
Yep.
there's several sections. It's like 300
Oh,
feet.
300
across
feet,
one
okay,
way,
okay.
yeah,
Another 200 feet across the other way.
Yeah.
And you're
I send-
just in the section where there's non-magical weapons.
so where I am, and he sees my hair flash up, and then like flash back down because it's wet.
What
But a
color is this
flash up
one?
without aware. It's just all the colors. Defied gravity for a
Oh,
second.
all
and
the
then
hair.
fall
Oh,
back
okay,
down.
I get it.
Yeah. And I go, Lucille has no voice, kind sir. Lucille has an owner, but it's not me today. And I will scoop my coin back into my bag and pick up my axe.
Okay, give me a second here.
All right. So Bruce's intercept does not even happen. That's why I wanted to ask, because if I was going to do it, it would be at the last second. So I have not returned. I am nowhere near where you are.
You know what? Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna force you to buy it. If you had a nat one on that wisdom save, yeah, I would force you, but I'm not going to.
He was a 2.
Yeah.
Lucky.
Like, you see as he's scooping it, he's like crying like a child. Like, I really want it. I really want it.
So I do make it back.
So you still are enthralled by Lucille, but it's just.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I do make it back. I'm trying to get either Jim or Calva's attention. As I'm walking back, like as I'm coming, I'm maybe 50, 60 feet away. There's people all over the place, so I'm like waving to them, see if I can get either of their attention as I slowly walk back.
Okay.
So I'm beckoning you, kind of like come toward me.
All right, I see Bruce calling me over, so I walk on over.
All right, so I'm just like, all right, I want to look around here because I don't want Thistle to get scammed. I figure every bugger in here is gonna try to take him for all he's worth. You know how he is with money. So I need you to help me. Maybe you and Jim, we can go around and see if we see anything that's actually high quality.
Yeah, no, that sounds like a plan.
Just window shopping for a bit.
Each of us can take a wing. There's 3 wings.
I'll need to go. Well, no, I need to go with either you or Jim because I don't know what I'm looking at. That's why I have you over. It's like, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So I would go with
like
you.
you
I
guys
would go with
are-
you and send. You can send Jim somewhere else because you can look through him. I can't talk to
Yeah.
him, but other.
Yeah.
So it sounds like you guys would just like to spend some time perusing the souk, looking for a mall. Is there anything else you guys would like to look for while you're looking for?
I will say we have to figure out how to keep Thistle, like, entertained, so he doesn't just run over and try and buy the next one.
We need a shiny bauble.
I don't realize I'm looking for it, but subconsciously I am. If I see a boomerang anywhere, I'm gonna be locked on it.
Ooh.
Kael
an
is looking
enchantment.
for a good quality longbow, but he would like to talk to Thistle, so I'll let everybody else chime in and then I'll.
A very
Right.
sulking Thistle is sitting dejected. He's like, but that was the one, but she didn't have a voice.
I am also keeping an eye out for another mining pick.
So Calva wants to find a mining pick or a war pick.
Like a
I
second one.
guess a mining pick. Like a smaller mining pick for like actual mining, not fighting.
Okay, and Thistle, is there something specific in that you're looking for in terms of a mall?
Really, I'm just looking for a great mall. I'm just really looking for a great mall that doesn't break the budget. The main thing is not breaking the budget. I want to walk out of here with some coin. Some.
So above table, with what just happened, are you looking for a magical Great Maul? And is your axe magical?
No, my axe is not magical.
No.
If I get a magic ball, bonus. If I don't, it's fine. It's just I do not I don't want to spend all my gold.
I highly doubt that Alex would let you have a magic item at level 3.
Oh yeah, absolutely at this level.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I go up to the right guy at the right time and show my stuff. And
Cursed
he's
item,
so
okay.
enthralled with how. Don't give him ideas, my man.
So I am
again,
specifically looking for one as well. So I'm looking for Thistle. My eye is on with Calva's out looking for the highest quality smashy stick we can find.
Okay.
I don't care about price right now because we can haggle later. I'm just looking for anybody who seems to have quality gear.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay.
Is there anyone around that is like doing a test of might kind of thing? Like, hey, show us your stuff, adventurers.
Great.
In here.
Give me an investigation check.
Another opportunity for Crom and Thistle to bicker.
That is a nat 20 for a total of 19.
Well, then I guess you do find one. Yeah, there's it's a nat 20. So you find a vendor who specifically is showing off the quality of his weapons. He's got several large two-handed weapons lined up next to a block and a variety of voluminous fruits, and is inviting people to smash them and try out his weapons.
We'll put a pin in me for now if we want to go around the table and then get back to me. Okay?
You got that 20. I gotta give it to him.
Anyway, while Thistle's heading towards this vendor, Kael, having noticed his hair flash, I'm assuming since I was standing right next to him, that Kael noticed his hair flare up, and then he commented about the mall not having a voice. So I want to ask Thistle about that. So, hey Thistle, what did you mean by the mall didn't have a voice? Did you? It looked like you may have cast a spell or something.
Oh, I can't cast magic.
Oh, okay.
No, I asked, like, I see her as Lucille. She's a mighty fine weapon. Mighty fine. Oh, I kind of want to go back. But nope. She didn't have a voice. I reached inside and I asked what her name was, what she wanted to be called, and she didn't answer back.
No personality.
I hold out my quarterstaff and say, what do you think the name of my staff is?
Aww.
They're bonding.
Audience, you choose. Should I say Sticky? Should I say Staffy?
Does he give it a name?
Oh, I'm going to. Yeah. Give me a second here.
Pick a vegetable.
No, let me cook. But describe your quarterstaff. What kind of wood is it?
What kind of wood is this? Oh, it's high mountain wood. I'm not a tree expert, so I'm not even.
Yep,
I'm not even going to offend anybody on YouTube.
Mountain maple.
I was gonna say it'd probably be a softwood, like a Scottish Highland yew or something.
Yeah.
For all those Valheim players out there, it's Yggdrasil wood.
Okay, it's Yggdrasil wood. Okay, there you go.
Yggdrasil wood.
Other personality.
And
it's not magical.
Thistle will take a second and wave his hand, put his hand over it, and kind of rub it around in his hand, and he'll balance it in the palm of his hand and roll it back and forth, and go. It doesn't have a name, not yet, but I mean, I could give it a name if you want. It won't mean anything, but it just feels like a stick. Very well made stick, but I don't think there's a name to it.
You seem to have a very keen eye for weapons, my friend. It intrigues me.
It's something my brother once told me. He said, and I pull over my axe and I show him. You can tell if it has a name by looking at it. You see how my axe has pits and acid marks and this on that? Your stick has that too. It has splinters. It has a small crack in it. Weapons that have a name don't do that. pristine as the day that they were crafted.
Cool.
My brother had a blade, and you see Thistle make his arm like a U, like he's doing the YMCA, but he's doing just the Y. He's like, he had a blade that curved like kind of like this. It was like it was a beautiful blade. It was adorned in all kinds of weird leather, and it had a very defined edge to it. And
it's a batleth. He's describing a batleth.
And I think he called it a khopesh, but I don't know what the hell that is.
I'm sorry.
No problem. But it didn't matter if you chopped down a tree or stuck it in a pool of oil and lit on fire. It never lost its shine. It always stayed the same. And he said he called it. And you see Thistle stop, like his brain just aired 404. You can tell that literally in his eyes. Well, it means pumpkin moon, but it's more graceful in real talk.
Cool.
You're quite the interesting fellow, Thistle. The great weapon masters at my monastery would be very intrigued with your keen eye for quality build.
I just assumed it was all witch magic.
Is Crom reacting to that?
Witch magic? Oh.
My ADD had to look up khopesh at the mention of it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's a khopesh.
Because if that's a Conan the Barbarian reference, that went over my head.
No, a khopesh is an Egyptian style sword.
Yeah. That's why I was like, ooh, khopesh.
Yes. So.
Okay.
Yeah. While Thistle was stroking Kael's staff, I was able to have a quick.
Yes.
Yeah.
Give it a name. Give it a name.
What kind of wood is this? Yeah, good wood. Hardwood. Tell me your favorite wood.
I had to mute.
Walked into that one.
Yep. I had to mute because I was just like, I can't make any noises or anything while he's describing handling this.
Should have picked something else.
No, look at.
Can everybody give me a quick perception roll, please?
All right.
Perception.
How did you fix the thing about the roll not going in roll 20? You left it.
I reloaded roll 20.
Okay.
You have to just completely reload
on
roll 20.
Things that don't matter. That's rolling at 20s. On things that kind of probably do matter. Ones, twos, sure.
I rolled a nat 20 looking for a mole for your sorry ass that almost bought a piece of junk. I mean, I'm also.
How come it says name?
Kael found his feet.
Kael's completely distracted by Thistle.
Sorry, was it insight or investigation?
Perception.
Perception. Yeah.
I was wrong on all accounts. Did it not work?
So we're just generally looking around. Oh no! Once again, it didn't come in roll 20 again. Yeah, it showed up in.
Perception 19. Maybe I should just keep rolling in here. I'm getting 19s.
Yeah.
Or at least that's what you're telling us you're getting.
Well, can you not see it? I thought there was a thing.
It says you're logged in to roll 20. It is, but is beyond 20 open in your browser?
Yeah, beyond roll 20.
No, beyond 20.
Beyond.
Is it turned on?
Spencer, click on features and traits in your character sheet, and then click back to inventory or actions or something like that. That's the update trigger for beyond 20 for some reason.
Oh, I wonder if I don't have.
It might work, but like the
I might
game.
not have it actually. I forgot I wiped my computer a while ago.
The game log
so
in D&D Beyond will show the rolls. So if you open your character sheet and you click on the little dice
That's cool.
up by the anvil, it pops out the game log, so you can see all the rolls. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But then you're saying you can reset your character sheet by going features and traits?
Yeah, if you it's for some reason it seems to be the update trigger for Beyond 20. If you click on features and traits, it causes it to update. I don't know why, but that's what it says.
Neat.
Download Beyond.
Yes. Okay. So I can see if I go into D&D Beyond in the campaign, I can see your role in the log there too.
Okay, I'll try and get this.
Can you just roll like a random D20 or something?
You didn't just get a 19. You also got a nat 20. You just have -1 to your perception apparently.
Oh, yeah.
So you and I both got nat 20s when we're looking around for.
Yeah. Yeah. So Thistle, you and Kael are drawn in towards the vendor displaying his weapons and giving people the opportunity just to smash fruit. Bruce and Bruce and Calva. You notice a small crowd gathering around a rather flamboyantly dressed and boisterous, particularly boisterous vendor. You can't quite hear what he's saying from here, but because you got nat 20s, you can see he seems to be selling some form of book.
Oh my god!
I lean over to Calva and I just say, like, can you can like you look less spooky for just 5 minutes, like put Jim away and turn the just one.
Jim is already invisible.
Yeah.
Oh, Jim's invisible. Okay, Jim's invisible. Okay, cool. Never mind then. As long as Jim's invisible. So I lean over to Calva and was like, we might need to use Jim as a negotiating tactic. So keep him invisible for now.
Yep. 10-4.
Crom, you rolled in the middle. I'm gonna say I'm gonna let you choose. Do you want to go to the gathering crowd, or do you want to go to the feats of strength?
I'll go to the feats of strength. That sounds like something Crom would do.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
We have a Jim.
I'm just gonna.
This is a proper
roll.
Proper
I
Jim.
wonder if they drink.
Go to Jim.
Drink milk here. I wonder if they drink milk here.
So let's do, now that we're splitting the party once again. We're not splitting it very far.
I mean, nothing back at it for that.
Yeah,
You
we're
guys
only
are
like
probably,
100 feet
you
from each
know,
other.
yeah, you're only like max 100 meters apart.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyway, so let's do the fruit smashing stand first. What do you guys want to do?
Is the fruit stand the feat of strength, or is that the crowd?
That's where the fruit smashing stand. That's where there's. It's not. They're not selling fruit. He's selling weapons, but he's inviting you to try him out on some nefarious looking fruit, just begging to be smashed.
Those fruits need to be punished. Give me your hammer. Ah.
So yeah, what do you guys want to do?
I want to smash the fruit.
Okay. You step up. The owner looks you up and down and says, "Now here's someone who clearly knows a quality weapon when they see it." And he hands you a large mace and places a large melon on the block.
All right. I look over at the it's the blacksmith, right?
Oh, well, the vendor, yeah.
The vendor, yeah.
He doesn't appear.
I look over at the vendor and go,
he's selling the weapons. He doesn't necessarily make them.
let's see the calisthenics. Wussies do this. Ah! And I raise the hammer up and proceed to smash the fruit.
Okay, give me an attack roll.
Attack.
I said it was a mace. I assume you are proficient with martial weapons, as you use a great axe normally. So Fix a morning star. What was the actual thing? Just trying to see what you're.
Oh.
I just realized my 2 rolls tonight that I've done were both nat 20s.
So
the only 2 that I've
Nice.
done.
Yeah,
You keep rolling in D&D Beyond.
Just keep doing that.
Swing the mace down. You hit the melon with a bit of a glancing blow. It does break because it's fucking melon.
Yeah.
But the smash isn't overly satisfying. But that's not so much the mace as it was your pitiful swing.
Oh no! I need to pump more. I need to pump more. I'm getting weak.
The vendor reacts quickly and he says, "Well, perhaps finesse isn't your thing." And he hands you a large 2-handed great club.
Okay.
It's mostly wood. It's got a little bit of like metal like inlaid into it.
It feels so light. It's like a baby.
They go ahead and make 22. This you come down with a much more satisfying splat. And bits of melon go flying everywhere, and the crowd, a couple of people standing around, give a little cheer.
Yes, give it up for the Lord of Pump.
The melon pieces fly over Thistle's head, but hit Kael right in the
right in the face. He's as a piece of melon rind just like slowly slips down his face.
Kael, give me a dexterity save.
The unimpressed look on Kael's face as the bounces.
Sorry, Kael.
Yeah, no, you barely managed to dodge a piece of melon that would have very likely hit you.
It's just the cartoon moment. My mind has a melon, Kael unmoving, just stands there. Melon hits his face, and he's glaring at Crumble that slides down his face slowly.
So Crom, the vendor starts to speak rather quickly. He's like, "Now this is clearly the weapon for you, and I have an excellent price for you. I will offer that to you for the low price of 5 gold pieces. What do you say?"
Has he commented on? Sorry.
That's okay. How many gold pieces?
5 gold pieces.
For a mace.
It's for a great.
I have a slashy. Do I want a bludgeony plunge? Yes, I'll pay for it.
Really
and
weapons for Crom.
Yeah. Thistle, are you there? We haven't heard from you for a little bit.
Yeah, he's there.
There's smashing.
Yeah, I'm doing. Like I said, I'm being quiet. I
was worried you died because I hadn't heard you interrupt us. Yeah.
Like I said, we were going to go around the table, let everyone else have a turn to talk, and not just be the Thistle show tonight.
Fair enough. Okay. Thistle, Crom, and Kael, give me insight checks. We're using insight a lot today, apparently.
Shit.
Oh, maybe.
Okay.
The nat ones with you tonight. That's 3. That is 3 nat ones.
Nat ones.
Yeah.
You've rolled 5 times, 3 of them.
Fashion, and not having much of a clue about money, you're absolutely convinced that is like that's an amazing deal for such an awesome fruit smasher. Now you don't see the Great Club as a weapon. You've kind of missed the point of this stand, and you think he's selling like kitchen utensils. And you think this is a fantastic price.
Only 3 easy payments. 2 gold, 1 silver.
Yeah.
Hasn't Crom already bought it?
This is the Tomb of Annihilation equivalent of the slap chop.
Crom bought it, didn't he?
Yeah, it's the Smash Crush. So now, Crom, you're a little bit concerned at this hefty price for a piece of wood. And Kael, you are certain that that's an absolute ripoff.
You can make so much salsa, Crom. Come on, you love salsa.
Avenge me, Kael. Don't let me buy it. I'll think it's a meat tenderizer, and I'll tenderize Thistle with it.
Yeah.
Crom, use the
forgot-
credit
forgot
card
I
for
was on mute.
critical damage.
Kael's gonna jump in and get Crom's attention and say, and you shake his head and say, "No, it's not worth that."
I'll buy another kitchen utensil somewhere else then. Ah.
Come on, I want salsa. I want salsa verde, Crom.
Thank you, Kael. I feel less poor already.
Okay.
If I had cilantro.
I just want to point out, I'm going to assume that you guys have no idea what Thistle's banging on about with kitchen utensils.
No.
Salsa and what is he talking about?
You know what? I just realized, Kael, I could just use the blood side of my axe and tenderize meat that way.
Exactly.
I
The wood
should
cost
What
you
a
try to put it
stupid
in.
thing to buy a piece of wood, and I have a perfectly good steel axe.
Like, Thistle reaches into his backpack, and you see him pull it out. You don't know how he has it in there. Literally a drawer from a kitchen utensil drawer. It is just the drawer, nothing in it, just the drawer. He's like, "Come on, I can put so many utensils in this."
I'm pretty sure that even Thistle would be aware that if he tried to put this great club in that utensil drawer, he would never be able to open the drawer again.
Well, obviously, the drawer doesn't go back in the cabinet. I don't have a cabinet in here. I'm not that kind of guy. I gotta work by physics. Don't ask why I have a random drawer.
Okay, so let's cut back to the other half of the party. Bruce and Calva. You guys saw a small group gathering around a book vendor. What do you guys want to do about that?
Well, let's head on over and check it out. See what all the fuss is about over there.
Looking in, I of course see a crowd gathering, and my brain starts going, there's a way to gather a crowd, is there? I'm thinking to myself, I'm just thinking even to myself. Anyway, yeah, we're looking. What's going on?
Yeah. Okay. As you get closer, you're able to hear this vendor speaking much more clearly. It's pretty clear that this is not a typical Chultan vendor. He looks very different. He's not dressed anywhere near what everyone else is wearing. He's wearing bright colors and a strange foppish hat. He's speaking very flamboyantly as he's pitching his book. It is a guide to monsters of the land.
Oh, shit.
He introduces himself to the newcomers in the crowd as Volo Gedarm.
Is this like a general crowd address? Is the crowd big enough that he could be talking
Yes,
past
he's
people,
addressing himself.
or
He's introducing himself to the crowd
Okay.
as Volo Gedarm, and he's pitching his wonderful encyclopedia book known as Volo's Guide to Monsters.
Bruce is resisting?
I am laughing.
10 points. 10 points, good sir.
We wait. We continue. Volo can continue his thing. The reason I was asking is the crowd small enough that he is like singling out individuals in the crowd, or is he just like generically?
Well, he's kind of just like he's kind of
like
just
it's not a
making
you there, sir. Welcome to
general
our.
pitch statements. He's trying to encourage people to come in to buy his book. He explains that it contains a wealth of knowledge and is exceptionally valuable to any adventurer.
So he has more than one copy of this book.
Yes.
Okay.
He's got kind of a pile of them.
Ah,
They don't seem to be moving very quickly.
it's a touring. It's like touring author thing. All right, let's listen, see what he's on about.
I'll give Bruce a nudge and say this could be really useful for the jungle if it has all that in there.
It's maybe if we get that this combined with that that Hackenstone bloke, we might be all set.
I'm gonna say who's Hackenstone.
I was just gonna say you have no idea what this.
Yep,
I was waiting for it.
know who Hackenstone is.
Nope.
Nobody told Calva that you guys met another dwarf.
And I'm not even gonna elaborate too much. I'm just gonna say like, some bloke approached us in the bathhouse and said he was offering guidance services for going out in the jungle. Seemed like he'd seen a little bit of rough time, but he was a little pricey.
A little pricey, okay.
But
right.
he knew what he was talking about, so that's an option.
All right, well, we can see what the group wants to do with that later.
I'm intentionally not telling him it's a dwarf or anything. Like, I'm just like I don't want to give him any ideas about the guy. I'm just saying like, hey, this guy, this salesman, this just another salesman. Yeah, is Vola going on about what details are we able to gather anything about the book just listening to him?
He's just basically explaining that it's a book. It's got explanations of a variety of monsters and creatures that he's encountered on his world travels. He's basically selling himself as a world traveler who's seen all the things and has a wealth of knowledge.
Is pricing listed anywhere?
His knowledge can clearly be trusted above all others on matters of monsters.
Can we ascertain the pricing without asking him?
Give me an investigation check.
Don't make me ask him. I'm going to have to ask him.
You don't see the gigantic sign that.
Free books with fruit.
You do see one person buy the book that you don't know quite how much they hand over. You just see that they hand over a small purse of coins.
I just say to Calva, it's like, I don't even think it's worth it. Why don't we grab one? We'll just grab a copy, pay whatever it's worth.
Wait, what? Sorry. Grab a copy.
I would just say like let's just grab a copy and let's not even interact with them. Like let's just grab a copy of it.
Go.
It'd be good to have. How many think you think?
So
yeah, let's do it.
Want...
Yeah, at least one. I'm even gonna suggest to Calva, it's like,
Can you elaborate on what you mean by grab a copy?
Like pay for it. Like stand in line quietly, pay for the copy. Like just blend in and pay for it.
The gray man.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Exactly.
So, as you approach.
But before we do that, I say it's like, do you reckon we should? It doesn't look that pricey. You reckon we should grab one or two?
Probably be good to have a spare, and that way, if something happens, to the one copy, or if God forbid we get split up out there, we could have a copy for each group.
And who knows? Maybe when we're out of this, we can find a place we can swindle someone else, like they're all swindling everyone here. If we end up not needing the second copy, we could find someone to buy it for a ridiculous price. But all right,
we're not necessarily swindling.
I'm wondering if it would. I don't know if it would be in my character to try and just take one.
It's not in mine. I'm not.
Just take it. But I'm like lawful neutral, so I don't think it's in my character to steal one.
So as you get even closer to the table, you see a small sign, very dissimilar to all the other stands around here. Where
this guy's not from here.
Have prices displayed. This guy does have a simple sign that says Vola's Guide to Monsters, 50 gold pieces.
Wow.
50 gold's like the small sack. I guess a small sack. 50.
I can.
You're not here. It's like 50 gold. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Can I again apologize for saying I want to get a smashy smash? and turning this into another shopping episode.
Well, wait a minute. No, I will say that we both Calva and I rolled nat 20s looking around for a mall or high quality weaponry, and we found this. So this is a little side quest, but I'm sure something's going to come up. Remember, that was what we were doing, so Smashy Smashy is part of this. But this little 50 gold, Jesus. It's not that we can't pay for it. It's just that I see the 50 gold. I'm like, this is what I said, like, okay. So I'm now, what was me intending to just pay for it is now me musing over the pile and pretending I'm just inspecting it.
Okay. So do you want to buy it or not? Or do you want to do something else?
No, I'm like 50 gold and I always need it for a that's as much as the guy was asking for Lucille. So I'm not even. I just kind of wander around. I'm like, my stuff might, and I just turn and walk. I don't even tell Calva I'm walking. I hope he sees me just walk. But I go up, I look at it, and I just do one of these heel spins, and I turn around and boom, just walk away.
Yeah, I wish I could just steal it. All right, I'm just gonna turn and walk.
I have no reason to steal. I'm not above stealing, but I'm not a thief. Like, I wouldn't. I'm about like deceit more so than theft. Like, I wouldn't just take something. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not. We don't need.
There's an old saying about bookstores: they don't need locks because thieves don't read and book readers don't steal.
Yeah, but there doesn't seem to be any.
So let's cut back to the other crew. Crom, you've smashed a couple of fruits and had a good time. Kael, you managed to narrowly avoid getting splattered. Thistle, give me a perception check.
Sorry, did you ask for a perception check?
Just from Thistle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Nope. Yeah, they're just kitchen utensils. There's clearly no appropriate smashies here. You do not even see this vendor as a weapon vendor, as far as you're concerned.
Thistle will sigh, be a little dejected, and just kind of walk away from all this and just meander around. And is there a food court nearby?
There's probably there's some small like actually no, there is a section of vendors selling a variety of victuals and supplies, sacks of dried fruit and other such foods. Nothing like hot and ready to eat, more so travel ready food.
I was looking for like a chip truck or something.
Kael's going to suggest that they, hey, we should go catch up with Calva and Bruce and see if they found a suitable weapons vendor to get you your smashy.
Thistle will sign and go, this may have been a fool's errand. And like 5-year-old pout and like saunter out.
Calva and Bruce, on your guys' way back to meet up with the rest of the group, you do see that there are several other vendors with a variety of martial and simple weapons, including mauls of similar quality to the one that we had called Lucille.
So nobody stands out as a particularly flashier or higher quality.
Yeah, there's certainly nothing wrong with them. But there's nothing that there's no shiny golden maul that appears to be, having fire.
No. I know. I just say like specifically. I was just looking for anything that seemed of higher quality. It's all very generic, like acceptable quality. Okay.
Yeah, like it's good quality. It's just it's not
Yeah.
like you find one vendor. Maybe his wares are just a little bit more polished.
Okay.
While we're walking around, do I just looking at the other people walking around, looking at the vendors? Is there anyone that looks like they're kind like not necessarily from here, but like would know the like looks like they've been looking at these shops for a bit, and maybe they might have a keen eye for like a higher quality weapon that I could just like walk up and say, hey, what are have you looked at any of the vendors? Do you have any suggestions on which ones you think are the better ones?
Give me an investigation check.
I'll stick with you for now.
Ooh, there go my nat 20s.
Okay. Yes, as you're looking around, perusing the different weapon stands and whatnot, someone actually comes up behind you. He seems to be, a little bit older. Not, I wouldn't say like elderly, but like he's it looks like he's been around a while. And he says, "Friend, it looks like you're looking for something of superior quality. Please allow me to show you to the best weapon vendor in the souk." And he starts to lead you to another corner of the souk near the other weapon vendors, but off to the side.
All right.
I'm gonna get stabbed, aren't I?
It's like Calva's not an idiot. Like I don't think yeah.
I'll follow him anyways. I'm like, all right, show me. Let's see.
He's just looking.
Yeah. So he takes you to a stand. And he's like, "I've been buying my weapons from this guy for years. They are far superior to anything else, and you shouldn't even bother looking at any of the other vendors."
Can I insight on this guy to see if he's shady?
You are nearby, and yes, you can.
Okay. Just quietly. 12.
You have no significant reason to distrust him.
Fair enough.
He seems to be pretty genuine, and he seems to be genuinely impressed with the quality of this particular vendor's weapons.
I'm gonna thank the man, and I'll look behind. I'm gonna look for a maul, as well as if I see any picks for mining.
He does, in fact, have mauls, picks, and great picks, and a variety of other martial and simple weapons.
So yeah, I'll ask the vendor. I'll be like, hey, I'm looking for a really high quality maul, as well as a pick that can go through it like a most stone at least.
Let me see here. He says, "Yes, I do have just what you're looking for." He goes ruffles through some of his stuff in the back, pulls out a large maul and puts that on his counter, as well as a pick. I'm just looking at their stats on picks here. What's showing up exactly? So it's probably not a weapon per se that we're looking for. So. Search is temporarily unavailable.
Oh no.
I've got an idea for that book, but it's totally metagaming, so I have to kind of work it in to see if it comes up naturally. I feel like Kael would want the book specifically, but Bruce.
I'm looking for a price on a pick that's just like a 2.
Yeah, no, that's fine. While you're doing that, I'm thinking out loud, because like the book, it seems really, really useful, but Bruce wouldn't have an in-universe reason to need it because it's not a need. He can't justify swiping it, and if Kael but I do plan to go back and let the other guys know, including Kael, about the book and about the things we found here.
I found a miner's pick that's worth. Do you want me to send you a private note or?
Yeah, just send me the link.
Okay.
I'm also looking for the most functional looking machete he's got there. I need something for hacking vines and undergrowth. I'm not using my knife. Like 5 gold, like functional looking thing.
Where'd you send it to me, Pete?
Hang on, I'm trying to figure out how to send it to you. Just give me a second. I don't know how to close this Discord window. Over to a different chat.
If you just click on the left in Discord, you should.
Oh, here we go. Got it.
There.
I just sent it to you privately in Discord.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Okay, so. Okay, so you're looking for a maul, a miner's pick, and a machete.
Yeah. I don't even see machete listed in here, so.
Probably call it similar to
A kukri.
short sword, I would say.
Yeah.
I'd say it's slightly lower quality short sword. I'll call it. Oh yeah. So he says. So yeah, he pulls out exactly what you're asking for. He explains for all 3 of these things together. He could give it to you for.
You included the maul in this, Spencer, or like?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. So the maul, the pick, and the machete. Yeah. Bundle deals are always good. I'm looking around to see if there's anything else of use.
I'm trying not to count out loud.
Yeah.
1, 2.
Lost. Sure. Should be under martial weapons. Oh, there it is. He says for all 3 of these, it'll be 32 gold pieces.
Okay. So looking at the mall, like I just like to like inspect it kind of and just look it over and make sure like it does look like pretty good quality.
Give me an insight check at advantage, and I'm calling it advantage because you guys have been looking at a lot of weapons.
Yep.
You've seen a variety of qualities.
Well, I'm convinced that this is probably the best of any vendor. That's why I'm all in on.
Sorry, you said investigation?
Yes, investigation at advantage.
And while I'm doing this, I'm gonna mentally tell Jim to go get Thistle, and tell him to come meet us at the vendor.
Okay.
Thistle. Okay.
Thistle needs to do this thing probably with it to want it.
So yeah.
Did that not pop up in Roll20?
Yep, it did.
There
Yep,
it is.
there it is.
Okay. Yeah. So while you see that, so all these items that he's placed before you are all good quality. There's nothing bad about them. They're not like particularly special.
Yeah.
But you're fairly confident that he's overvalued.
It was a good recommendation.
Wait,
You say confident he's overvalued?
It doesn't appear he's ripping you off. But he has opened with a rather high price.
So before you even get a check, you're talking to Jim. I'm gonna get in there. It's like, oh, that's a fair price, mate. We're gonna have to maybe pool together to make it. How about we give you 25?
Give me a persuasion check.
Sure. God damn it.
8.
Meh. That sounds exactly like what I just did. Maybe 25.
Yeah, he hems and haws a bit, and he says, 25 is really stretching it. But you guys seem like pretty nice guys. I could drop my price down to 30.
Well, it seems fair. And I visibly turn to Calva to conference. so it looks like
meanwhile,
I make it,
because they weren't too far away.
Yeah.
Thistle, I assume when Jim came to get you, actually let's
we gotta
actually
play that.
be a little more specific
Yeah,
on
you gotta play this.
Thistle,
Because
as you're kind of wandering around, an imp pops out of nowhere
Because he was
right in front.
invisible.
Uh-oh.
How do you react?
Thistle will. Is it stopping in front of me to try to talk to me, or is it just like floating around me like a bee?
Well, it's not like buzzing around. Like, it's a tiny creature, but it's bigger than an insect. Like it's probably, I think he's probably about a foot long. So he pops out of nowhere. Like it's not like he's buzzing around you, like incoherently trying to get your attention, but like he is capable of talking. But like, do you care to react before he says anything? You know, he was. This thing just literally apparates in front of you.
What did that fairy say in the what was it, Ocarina of Time?
Hey,
listen!
listen!
It's just that's it.
Hey, listen!
Except in this case, it's an infernal being and not a glowing.
Yeah.
Listen.
Jim has a disturbingly low voice. I have to picture this 1 foot tall creature goes, "Hey, listen."
Yeah, has a voice of thundered rock.
Yeah, he's got a voice that makes like very white sound.
So this creature operates in front of me, and as it starts to even think of talking, Thistle will grab it with 2 hands, bring it in close, and stare at it. Does Jim make his own checks, or does he use your stats?
He does have his own stats.
He does have his own stats.
Does Jim know fear?
No fear.
Does he know what fear is?
He's a devil, right?
Yeah.
I'm sure his wisdom is high enough
is a
to be
devil.
afraid of things.
Absolutely perfect. So
he knows common, so I mean he's intelligent.
So Thistle's holding him like he's about to eat a man-witch.
Thistle goes,
Jim goes, what does Jim say now that Thistle is holding him like a man-witch?
Just gonna go, whoa, hold on there, buddy. Don't eat the messenger.
Really deep voice.
Halt. Unhand me.
My name was Bob. It's not Jim.
Thistle, give me let's call it a history check.
I bring you tidings from Calva.
17.
Okay, you do recognize this imp as Calva's imp after you go.
Calva. Why didn't you say it was you?
Right.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Jim's the name of the dwarf.
This is gonna get even more confusing when Calva starts speaking and looking through Jim's eyes.
I'm not doing the thing where I speak through Jim right now. Just FYI.
Jim is capable of his own thought.
Jim's just gonna be like, well, don't eat me. I've just come to let you know that we may have found your mace for you, but you gotta come test it out yourself after seeing what happened at the last one. Obviously, we can't just buy it without you coming to do your witch magic with it.
I want Jim to sound like Megatron now.
Yes, yes. Come
The
test
entire time,
something.
just like, we may have found what you are looking for. Yes, follow me.
We have the mace you want.
Now I can think of is I want Jim to be voiced by Keith David.
But he's tiny. The thing is, he's tiny. But because he's extremely lawful and extremely intelligent, he's like,
Yeah. And Thistle will stop and go, thank you, Calva, and put Jim on his shoulder and be like, you're friend shaped. You can stay there. And okay.
Actually,
wait.
So yes, you can do this. Yes, and my ADD has to intervene. As DM, I do have to make a ruling. Jim's voice is in fact the voice of James Earl Jones.
Yeah.
okay.
I don't know who that is.
So what? Darth Vader.
What?
dipshit.
What?
know who
Mufasa.
actors
So it's
are.
Mufasa. Okay, so I can just do. Oh,
That's going to be
Yeah.
really interesting.
Good, sir.
It was great.
you are.
What?
Thistle.
It's Darth Vader.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
and
yeah,
Mufasa,
okay.
and
There
yeah.
we go.
Or Thassa
I don't know
from,
actors at all.
yeah,
I'm like
Barbarian.
the worst person to like talk about actors. So
Yeah, great. So in
That's
Thistle's
fine.
mind, all you hear is Thistle. Everything the light touches is yours.
Thistle. Everything the light touches.
Steel is not strong.
But what about the shadowy place?
Remember who you are.
You got that like baritone voice. Not baritone voice.
Yeah, that's good.
Thistle's like klepto.
I'm
Tear
fairly
this place
convinced
apart
that
until
when
we found them all.
When Simba
Crucify
asked
him
about the
in
shadowy
real
place
world.
after the whole light touches thing, Mufasa should have just been like, "Now listen here, you little shit."
Anyway,
So I place the quote Calva on my shoulder and then say, okay, lead the way.
all right.
So again, I do have to slightly intervene just because.
Yep.
Jim being tiny, but not like that. You're also small. Just sitting on your shoulder isn't quite going to work.
No.
But he could sit on like both your shoulders, like like you're carrying a toddler behind your head. Sort of thing.
Can he sit like just all his body over top of my head kind of thing, so it looks like I have two heads?
Yeah.
I'm wondering.
He
if
wouldn't do
Jim
that.
can Just fly away with him. Just start.
You
flying.
probably do that.
I'm-
Yeah. Jim sits on Thistle's shoulders and then just starts like flapping, and Thistle's suddenly off ground.
I don't think Jim's flying strength is that
No,
strong.
I don't. If I remember correctly, there was a weight that they couldn't go over, and it wasn't very high.
So does Jim go along with this because it's not worth the fight, or?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, either Jim's cooperating or we're doing it in an opposing strength.
Yeah, we're gonna. Yeah.
I think Jim will lose that one.
Well, it's up to you.
Does
No.
Jim want to get eaten today? Or does Jim want to be a hat? Those are the two viable
So-
options right now.
I gotta remind just so we don't get too for Alex, Crom and Kael are there as well. So if Jim is there talking to Thistle, there's a chance that they're part of it.
Yeah, Crom,
So
Crom and
turn
Cal,
back to the
you
other
would have
two and be like,
observed this
hey.
stuff.
What?
So, Crom and Cal, do you have any reaction to Thistle's new hat?
Does Crom understand that the new pet sounds like James Earl Jones?
No, don't go that meta, dude. Come on.
Well, Crom wouldn't know who James Earl Jones is.
No, no, he wouldn't. You're absolutely right.
Crom does not get
Conan
to
might
be
know
a
who the
Star
Snake
Wars
King is.
fan in a universe where Star Wars doesn't exist.
Would a certain James Earl Jones sounding thing sound like a certain James Earl Jones Minotaur?
If Jim turns into a snake, maybe you can have the conversation.
Oh my god.
Yeah, if Crom in his backstory knows someone who sounds just like James Earl Jones as well,
I don't
well,
know.
then he could be you know.
Filthy Minotaur chief of some sort.
Okay. Crom, give me a history check.
Right.
The Minotaur
I
chief
will-
suspiciously sounded exactly like James Earl Jones.
I will add
no,
that
yeah.
James Earl Jones was in Conan the Barbarian.
Yeah, that's what we're
Yes, he
referring to.
was.
That's what we are referring to.
Yeah.
I'm missing a reference.
I wanted to do the bit.
He
I
played
wanted
the
to
bad guy in Conan with Arnold.
Yeah.
He's the Snake
I
King.
never actually watched
Yeah.
Holy crap, he is.
Yeah. that's what Seb was getting at. I'm just like, oh, do I recognize the voice?
Okay.
Like, don't do
I
that.
completely missed that reference. I haven't actually seen Conan. I'm aware
Oh,
of it.
But I'm like,
Now that I'm
if the
seeing it, I'm like,
Minotaur
oh my
chiefs
God.
also sounded like James Earl Jones.
Yeah, that's what I was getting at. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know what you were getting at.
Oh, please let me do the bit. It'll be so good.
It would be so
Oh
good.
man, I shouldn't have admitted my ignorance. I should have just went with it. Steph would have been all impressed that I tied their backstories together.
That's why
It just tied together so nicely.
we retcon the retcon that Jim sounds like Megatron, but then this other James Earl Jones is this other character.
Yeah, no, my brain just literally thought of deep voices, and James Earl Jones would be hilarious. And so I made that decision arbitrarily.
It's very
Meanwhile, Seb's brain just exploded. He's like, "This is the best thing
This is
ever."
perfect. This is perfect. We have a Conan reference. Ow.
But I will keep it in mind in case there's an opportunity for it to come up again.
okay.
Uh,
Because any Minotaur, it might be cool if they sounded like James Earl Jones.
yeah.
Um,
All right.
But yeah, so okay, so enlighten me on the Conan reference, and so that this character that
So-
James Earl Jones plays.
So
is like
James
the
Earl
bad
Jones
guy.
plays the Snake King. I forget his proper name, but he is the villain in
Yeah.
the Conan the Barbarian with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Okay.
He turns
so,
into a
yeah, so
snake. He leads an evil cult. He's
Director
So
Doom.
then we will also accept
Also Doom.
that
Also Doom, yes,
Crom's
right.
backstory rival / evil Minotaur King does also sound like James Earl Jones.
I think that'd be
Uh,
fantastic.
Conflict
Yeah.
may come up at some point.
Hell
but it
yes.
didn't-
I like it. It's excellent canon. This is
Yeah.
going to come
Crom's
up
just not
later.
going to realize it just yet because
When
he-
we do
he only
backstory side story, so you worry, this will come up. Anyway,
Foreshadowing.
foreshadowing of backstories. Is that backshadowing?
side backshadowing. What for flashback? For flashbacks. I'm the only one who can have Vietnam flashbacks, but you can have Minotaur flashbacks. Okay, anyway, we have a hammer. Okay, so the guys come down to 30. You guys, so I am right beside Calva, and I'm saying I heard him send Jim to go get Thistle. I said grab the other guys. So I lean to Calva. It's like get him to grab the other guys too.
So the other guys. So do you other guys decide to follow Jim's directions?
Yes, and I'm very suspicious of his voice.
Yeah.
You were a child. You just remember a booming voice.
Yeah, you're not certain why you're suspicious, but you do have some suspicion. Something in the back of your head is kind of triggered by Jim's voice.
Okay. It's like,
Kael follows Jim without any question because Kael's already talking. to him.
Yeah, Kael knows exactly what's going on.
And sorry, and I also have to do this because this is very much part of Kael's character. Kael, give me an insight check.
I'm curious if Kael would see Jim's lawfulness as a nice reprieve from the chaotic nonsense of the party, or if Jim's evilness is too much for Kael.
He is lawful evil.
Yes. So which is more appealing? It's like is the lawfulness outweigh the evilness for Kael? I don't know.
oh,
Yeah, sorry, Kael. No, you don't notice anything odd about Crom's behavior at this particular moment. So yeah. Anyway, so I assume you guys follow the directions.
Crom starts
make
looking
it to
around
the
the
other
room like
stand.
God just called his name.
Oh,
Simba.
sorry.
Sorry.
So yes, you are all met up at the same vendor.
All right. And this is the so we are currently there as they're coming in. We found it's like, oi, this guy's the best in the place. We have it on good honor.
So we've gotten ourselves some new wares, and I hold up I hold up the machete, and Calva has the pick, and it's just like, but just before we close it out, Thistle, you want to give did we talk about this before? Or sorry, I'll let Calva do that because I don't think Calva has said that to me. What he wants Thistle for? So
We'll come back to that really quick.
Yeah.
Just quick interruption. As you're saying we have on good authority this is the best vendor ever. Give me a quick perception check.
Because I would say that. Oh, damn it!
You have no clue where he went or what direction he went, but as you say that, you notice the guy that recommended this vendor to you is not around anymore.
Yeah.
He's fucked off. So, and now we can go back to Calva.
Yeah.
All right, I'll just look over at this.
I was about to say that, but I don't think. Yeah. Good.
I'll get on over here and try out this mace over here. It should be good quality, and we're making sure you don't get ripped off, and hopefully your witch magic that you do will work for this one. Maybe it will have a name and call back.
Does the vendor react to this now being a party of 5 starting to show up, and is the pressure on?
Not that you've noticed as of yet.
Sorry, party of 6. There is now an imp. Or if Jim, I'm still picturing Jim is still like flying around, but then he goes invisible, so it's just Thistle floating around in the air. Sorry. Not yet.
Yeah, well, Thistle will turn to Jim and go, "Thanks, Calva. You've been a big help."
As far as the vendor's aware, like Jim might just be like a ugly looking stuffed animal on the back of Thistle's shoulders.
Fair enough.
So again, depressed and dejected because nothing will replace Lucille. Thistle will go over to this great mall and pick it up and give it the twirl test and the spin and the how's it feel? How's the balance on it?
Give me an investigation check.
What did you say with advantage? Because I'm proficient in.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, that's a fair request. Everybody's been inspecting what
headless up all day. Yeah.
13. It seems to be a quality weapon, at least equivalent in balance and quality to your great axe. Yeah. It's nothing particularly special.
Okay.
But it's a good solid piece of weapon. It's got a nice solid wooden handle and a nice metal hammer end.
Thistle's great axe, is it like it's very visible and obvious?
It's strapped to his back. It's pretty big compared
Damn
to
it.
him.
Okay,
So,
yeah, that's fine. I was gonna try to use the story that he threw his axe into the audience. I hope that had made its way around the town, and I was gonna spin a story about him losing his weapon. All right.
Yeah, unfortunately, we've already made a point of describing how big this great axe is in comparison.
I understand. Yeah, we can't do that. No.
Now, how big is this mall in comparison to me?
It's bigger. It's just like your great axe.
Perfect.
It's a big smacky stick.
It's in terms of size and quality and perspective, it is the same as your great axe, but it is a maul instead of being a great axe.
Perfect. And Thistle will give it a, you see him very artfully kind of twirl what would be a very large weapon with finesse, even though he has none whatsoever. And he's like, okay. It's no Lucille. I think it's an Amy. But it's Amy with an IE.
Me?
As you're twirling around your weapon, give me a performance check.
Oh. Yes.
13. 14. Okay. Yeah. The vendor sees that you are quite competent with this weapon, but isn't overly impressed, and a nat 20 might have got you a discount.
Yeah.
Calva, see if you can talk him down anymore. He's done listening to me.
Hello.
Hello there.
Don't you see how much our little bloke just loves the thing? Oh, look at that.
Is there anything else useful that I could bundle in? I'm going to ask him. Don't go to Calva. Just say, like, he doesn't seem to be coming down at any price, but see if you can get him to throw something in for free or something like that. I just lean over to Calva. I'm like, I don't know. I tried.
I don't even really
But
know
you don't
what else
have
to
to.
ask for.
So Kael is also looking for a long bow. So I could so Kael can jump in and say,
Kael wouldn't have heard me say
so,
that because I wouldn't have. I whisper it because I do not want anybody else hearing it. So
Okay.
if you're doing it, wouldn't be able to be in response to what I said.
Oh, got it. Okay, yeah, got it.
Yeah.
Never mind. Then.
Was I aware you were looking for a longbow or no?
I'm sure probably when we started out with the hunting for weapons.
Well, I mean, if Calva
what we
does,
were looking for at one point.
if Calva does attempt to
I missed
persuade,
the
he would
group.
mention it and say what I just said, and then you could jump in then. But
I'll kind of like look over at the vendor and say, hey, our other buddy is looking for a longbow. I don't know if you have any in stock. Is that something you have?
He explains that in fact he does have one. Unfortunately these are the longbows are very intricate, well built weapons, and while they look simple, they're very hard to come by. And he says he could add it to the bundle and still give you a bit of a discount, but adding the longbow, he's going to have to up the offer from 30 gold pieces to a total of 80 gold pieces.
Ooh.
yeah, because 50 gold for the long I figured it was going to be another 50. It's not a deal.
Thistle will, after hearing that, will look up and go, is there any way we could do a trade or barter of some kind where maybe there's a problem that you have had an issue fixing, and some outsiders such as us might be able to fix some on your behalf for a slight discount?
Give me a persuasion check.
Oh, that's adorable.
While he's doing that, because I feel like Calva, Kael, and I, as Calva mentions that, and it reminds me, Kael's here now. I turn around and I go, "Oh, by the way, Kael, on your little search around for potions and medicines and stuff earlier, did you come across any sort of guide to the sort of dangers we'd have out there? You know, beasts and plants and all that kind of thing." Anything to help us through the bush?
Other than the mention of the dinosaurs roaming the jungle, I was not provided any additional information.
All right, no, he seems. Well, because there was a guy over there. He's got a book, on all the. He's got a book and all the stuff on the island, but it was a bit pricey.
Interesting.
Kael,
what book
Kael,
is it?
can you give me a history check real quick?
This is killing me.
I'm trying to figure out a way to get, like, if Kael. The natural thing in my head would be
History check?
Kael could just remember somebody told him.
History check. Okay. Yep. Ugh.
And then we need to go back
go ahead for
to
you.
Thistle's thing too.
Yeah.
9.
9.
No hints on what you remember for you.
No.
Sorry.
This is killing me because I stole this book in the last campaign.
Well,
16
we
on my
definitely have the
persuasion.
means to steal it. That's not really the issue. It's the motivation.
Yeah, this is not a character trait that this particular character will.
We literally have an imp that can go invisible that can just grab shit. Yeah. It's...
So,
But anyway,
16 on the persuasion.
16 on the persuasion. Okay, so he he explains that he's a simple vendor. He doesn't have much need for the services of adventurers. He simply he serves them by providing them weapons. But he notices the great axe on your back, and he mentions, if you're looking, you're looking for this mall anyway. You probably don't have much need for that great axe. I could probably offer you. I could probably give you 15 gold pieces in credit off the price, so bringing us down from 80 to 65. 65 plus the great axe.
I must ask, did Crom actually purchase the big thwacky club?
No.
Okay. I'm just like, are you walking around with an inexplicable giant stick? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I assume you gave it back. If you want to claim that you still have it in your hand, then we're gonna have to.
That's different. Yeah. Okay.
Have some consequences.
Yeah, no, I don't have it.
Okay.
No gold was exchanged. No item obtained.
And I look back at Bruce and Calva and go, oh, I don't mind parting with my axe here. It has no name. It'll take some of that gold off for you.
65. I know Kael wants. So I'm doing quick math in my head. I'm like, 65 would get rid of that. He added 50 for the longbow. That means if we get rid of the longbow and he gives in the axe, it's only 15 gold to get the other 3 items. And so I'm like, 15 gold we get our original 3, but then Kael doesn't get his longbow. But I don't know. So I'm just like doing quick math as I'm like talking to Calva. I'm hoping the other guy jumps in. I'm kind of muttering to myself, but I'm turned with my back to the vendor. Facing Calva and Kael.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of something.
Thistle will ask as they're stalling for time. So a longbow is hard to procure in this area. Is a well-made weapon. Have you seen many adventurers purchase such a weapon as of late?
Let's see. What does he know? He says, I do sell them from time to time. My customers quite often rave about the quality of my weapons and how they serve them well.
No, that was never the question. It was, do you get a lot of adventurers coming by to buy your weapon?
Well, I see adventurers every day, and while longbows aren't the most popular item I have, I do sell them relatively frequently.
Okay. Do you ever see any of the adventurers come back? And Thistle will take a moment and not use plain English and say, I would see a lot of people with broken strings, usually because they don't know what they're doing with a bow. Do you see a lot of adventurers coming back with broken equipment because they don't know what they're doing?
He explains that while adventurers often come back to replace worn-out weapons or have damaged equipment repaired, usually the ones that don't know what they're doing tend not to come back from the jungle.
I mean, that's fair.
And Thistle will go, thank you. That was very helpful. And he will turn to Bruce and mouth, just with no voice, go, lose the bow.
I can't see that yet. Well, it depends on the timing, because while that's going on, I'm still kind of waiting for Kael answer on the book.
Okay. And when I can't get Bruce's attention, I'll turn to Calva and Kael and be like, lose the bow. We will find some out there.
Oh yeah, we can kill someone and take their longbow. That's easy, but that's not.
No, they're probably dead.
Yeah, that's true. They're probably dead. And there's just a dead person. Yeah, okay. But I'm still just like that.
Adventurers go there all the time.
So I'm still trying to get something from Kael because the reason I bring it up is I was slightly embarrassed that I was fighting dinosaurs while Kael was actually prepping for a jungle trek. So I'm like,
Alex, I don't need this kind of negativity tonight.
So I'm muttering numbers out loud, but open the book. Like I'm doing two things at once, but I said it's like, oh yeah, and something over there that's got a list of beasts and stuff we might encounter. And I asked him if he did come across anything like that. He said no. I was like, well, there's a guy over there. It's a bit pricey though. Does it seem like something we might need? That's what I was asking you last.
I'm gonna. Sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, because you're part of this conversation too. Yeah.
And I'll be like, so the bow's 50 gold, and the book Bruce has talked about was also 50 gold. What do you think we should spend it on?
This is when Thistle goes, lose the bow.
I feel like Thistle would see a little more value in a bow over a book.
Oh, 100%. I think
no, unrelated. It's unrelated. It's just the timing.
Yeah.
He's not responding to us. That's just the time.
So Kael says, I think that we can probably look around for a bow somewhere else. But this book has got me intrigued.
As soon as he says that, I turn back to the guy. I'm like, right, so I don't mean to waste your time. You've been more than patient with us, but 65 sounds like a right good offer. But you know what? We'll knock off the 50 gold that you put for that bow, and we'll take the other three things. This'll give him your axe. And I've got my hand on the coin pouch, and I'm ready. It's like, and I'm just staring at Thistle.
Okay, well, I'll just hand over my axe.
I just talk over everyone.
Is there a does this come with like a holder or a sheath? Not a sheath, but some way for me to hold it on my back, or does it currently fit what I've been using for my axe?
Yeah, it would very likely fit what you were already using to hold your axe.
Okay. Yeah. So once I kind of move my backpack, you see like a little hook that is just in the small of my back where the axe head has been flush against my back, and now the maul fits there, and he kind of wiggles, and like, I'll make it work.
As soon as Thistle's hand comes off of the axe, I put 10 gold and 50 silver on the table.
Okay. Give me a persuasion check at advantage.
I'm glad that was advantage. Not great. 15.
I'm gonna have to do a roll of my own.
All right.
Not a clear result.
So I just used his logic against him, but
yeah. The vendor gives a little bit of a hesitation, and he says, "Well, yeah, I you guys drive a hard bargain. That price of 65 plus the great axe was based on bundling in the longbow, so I can't quite come down to 15 plus the great axe, but I can come down to 20 plus the great axe."
I look at Calva saying nothing. But while I'm doing that, I'm still dropping coins slowly, and I start dropping them from a little higher height so that when they hit the pile, they're loud. So as you hear each silver piece that I drop, tink, tink, tink. I'm making a scene of giving this guy a ton of coins.
That's why I gave you advantage on your persuasion.
I was even gonna say I might even switch to copper if we need to. I've got over 1,000 copper. I can sit here all day and give the guy 200 copper. I don't care.
Oh my god.
I'm looking at Calva for spotting the other 5. I'm just giving him a look, hoping he
Yeah.
picks up.
Yeah, I'll put the other 5 on.
Okay.
You know, like
yeah.
we've tried to been swindled by like so many different people, and they
Yeah.
were like not as great. And it's like, all right, this guy actually seems like he has decent stuff.
Yeah.
and
The price is a little
So it's
high,
like,
but it's
alright,
not a scam.
alright.
It's not garbage.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'll just throw up the other 5 gold then.
All right.
Okay. Yeah. So the vendor gives an excited clap of his hands, says, "Mazal, we have a deal." He reaches out his hand to you, Bruce, to shake hands and close the deal.
I'm
How
like,
do you?
how do I respond? I'm like, I think the coin will speak for itself, mate.
Oh, you refuse to shake his hand. Okay.
We're holding the stuff, right?
Oh, no, fair enough. No, fair enough. Anyway,
yeah.
so he stands there awkwardly for a brief moment before he starts, pulling the gold off the counter and wishes you a good day.
Tom, mate. Good doing business.
And with that, we'll take a bio break / smoke
Okay.
break.
Yep.
A quick break. I was long, but you got your day. It was like everything in here is 50 gold. My God. Okay.
I don't have that kind of money.
Well, I do. Calva does. Like, we do have that kind of money, but that's like all of it.
Just saying, I've
So,
also now renamed my weapon.
Oh, it's not
Above
Ami
it,
anymore?
So did you have the? I assume you got the stat block for just Maul, a 2-handed heavy weapon. I think it does.
Yeah, yeah. It's the only difference is it's 2d6 instead of 1d12, if that's okay. For a Maul.
Calva, you've got an offhand weapon now. Your little mining pick.
Mining pick. Is it just called a mining pick?
Yeah, it's just a mining pick, and it's a tool. It's not a weapon.
Tool. So does that go into inventory? I guess.
Yeah, you might. I don't know if you'll be able to pull it up as a thing.
As an
yeah, you just
individual
write it in
thing.
your inventory. If you have to write it as a custom item, like it's nothing.
Yeah.
It doesn't need stats per se.
Oh, pick miners. Is that it?
Yeah, that'll be it.
All right, let's look for.
Oh, okay, yeah, 2d6. Okay, for some reason I thought it was 2d8, but I'm glad I double checked it before
Okay.
giving you a weapon that's better than it was supposed to be.
2d8, Jesus.
2d8 would be really powerful.
So there is an item here simply called sword.
I would say your bowie knife would be a
Oh.
kukri, but that would be what I would think it would fall under.
My bowie. No. I bought a machete.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry,
I-
your machete would be a kukri.
Okay, this is.
Yeah, you
I
call it a
specifically
machete,
wanted
but,
something
just
that's like a couple feet
use-
long for hacking. Yeah.
Use the for the machete. Like I gave you a low price on it. Use the stats for short sword, but like put a -1 on the normal damage for a short sword.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, okay. Finesse first, 1d8. Okay, never mind. So just there's something here just called sword, and it's still too big. Okay, I look short sword. Do.
All right, I'll be right back.
So if a short sword is like 1d4, it'd be like 1d4 -1, or if it's whatever, you know what I mean?
Yep. I can do. Oh, short sword. There it is. Okay. It is piercing, so it should be slashing when they use it, but that's okay.
And we'll call it slashing too. because
I might
machete
be
knows.
able to. I was
just using short sword as a reference.
Yeah, that's fine. I might actually be able to build something custom. So
Yeah.
I'm looking at the short
Yeah,
sword.
there's an option to make custom items
Yep.
in D&D Beyond.
I have
so-
made custom items in here. You're. I still have that vial of green.
Oh fuck! Did I write down what that was? Because you never identified it, did you?
No, not properly. I used a little tiny bit of it on the gelatinous cube, but that was it.
Oh yeah.
Just a.
Where'd you get that green?
The green. I
remember
swiped it. I
finding
swiped it from the
it well.
apothecary.
Oh yes. Okay, I recall now.
Yeah, it's just an
Okay.
unknown.
Yeah.
Whatever. Unknown
A green
compound.
vial that you swiped from the apothecary. Okay, cool. Okay, if it comes up, just remind me that you swiped it from the apothecary back in like
Okay,
episode
okay.
1 or whatever.
Yeah.
What was something else above the table? So yeah, so above the table. So now that we've mostly gone through this, like they weren't really so much scamming you; they were just aggressively haggling.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
You know? And then you guys just had some shitty persuasion.
Yeah, just
rolls a
all of
few
our
times,
everything's
doing
been
those
sub
demo-
10 for me.
Mm-hmm.
My charisma's not. That's why I keep looking. It's like, Calva, you're a warlock. Your charisma should be your highest stat. Why are you not participating in this?
Hey, sometimes shitty rolls do lead to some of the better experiences.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
So at some point, Alex, I need to connect with you. I have some backup character questions, and I have some Thistle related specific questions for you.
You're that eager for Thistle to die already? We haven't
Oh, this was an interesting thing I was thinking about. So all of us have like these kind of semi-maniacal characters. I have a theory. I've only talked to 2 of you, but every single one of our backup characters, I feel, is some kind of stoic. It's like very thoughtful character.
Stoic healer.
Not me. Not me.
Oh,
no.
okay,
Well,
okay, all right.
Because Crom's kind of stoic in a way. Like
Fair enough.
he's kind of hammy with his Schwarzenegger shtick,
Okay.
but no, my backup is is straight up Florida man.
Okay, that's all. I don't want any reveals. I was just like, because I know I was talking to Greg, and like both Greg and I talked, like we have like really like quiet, reserved backups, and it's like, okay.
My backup character, my rule of thumb is always, if I have to make a backup character, I need to make the absolute antithesis of the character I made previous. I hate when someone dies, that character dies, and comes back as, his name is Jim Bob Jr., and he's the same weapon master fighter that just died.
Right.
Like,
No,
come on.
Will died. Hi, I'm Phil. I'm looking for my long lost brother, Will.
Yeah. Like,
we trained together as fighters in the mountains of Arendelle.
We're identical twins.
Can we just get over the awkwardness of us looking exactly alike and just fill the shoes without any sort of exposition?
So no, my next character is literally the absolute antithesis of Thistle.
Mine's not. I wouldn't say the antithesis, but certainly the opposite personality.
Oh.
Yeah,
I haven't made one because I don't plan for failure. Let's go.
Let's go. No, you will just become Jim. Just,
Jim's the backup character.
Yeah. I would like to play an infernal warlock. Summons his own imp.
See, that's not what he's playing right now.
Spencer just plays Impception from that point on. Like, iterative warlocks. Yes, exactly. Jim can summon his own imp, Bob, and then Bob would summon his own imp.
So for future, now I'm certainly not going to try and dissuade you guys from doing this shopping roleplay style like this if that's what you guys enjoy. But I just want to use it as an example of like, rather than doing it this way, another way we could have done it, like, is if you guys just say, "Oh, we just want to spend a few hours perusing the Grand Souk.
I tried
the
that.
items we're looking for." Well, you were like, "I want to look for a vendor that sells this," right? So which was more a little more roleplay.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I like a little bit
vibe.
more. I like a little bit more roleplay myself, but that's just my play style.
Oh no, I blame Thistle.
If the group. Wow. Okay. Here I am, just saying, yeah, this is my fault, and you're immediately going, yeah, it's his fault. Here's the bus.
Yep. Here's a bus.
Jeez. Okay.
So, or maybe to make it easier for both you guys and me in the future, like if you guys just want a simplified shopping thing, you can just say like, "Hey, we've got a list of things we want to get, and we want to spend half the day shopping, and then doing a simplified shop."
Okay.
And then we'll just roll a couple of persuasion dice to see how successful you are at haggling, and I'll give you a price, an end price on the items you were looking for.
I mean, to be fair, we're probably not going to be doing much shopping soon. Once we go into the jungle, I feel like we're going to be there for a while.
Yeah, we're gonna be
in
looting.
general. But, like if you guys come
Looting is
back,
how we're gonna get our shit
figure
done.
there's stuff,
Yeah.
other stuff you need before you leave or whatever. So
Halfway through the jungle, we find Beetle's place. Oh my god! There's so much stuff.
I certainly don't mind. I certainly don't mind doing it this way.
Beetle has a secret shop.
Frankly, this has been the funnest shopping episode I've had yet.
I just like the idea that Beetle has an even bigger emporium somewhere in the jungle.
Welcome to my shit house. Inside it, there are weapons.
What
for
you
sale.
saw was only a satellite store. This is the real gem shop. And then Thistle gets confused because his little black book says Beetle's Gem Shop, and he doesn't know which one it is now.
And the corner.
He has to have
Beetle's
like a question mark to it.
And in the corner, this is an NFT.
It's a picture of a gem with Beetle's face on it. Little goblin face on it.
Gold.
He's got an NFT of the Soulmonger. Oh, we found it!
We found the soul.
Campaign over.
Campaign's over. The necromancer is just like, where the fuck did the thing go? And Beetle's just there. It's like, I NFT'd it. It's mine now. You can't.
Yeah, there's a soulmonger going. Capitalism won.
Campaign over. Oh,
No,
suddenly,
you
oh.
can't own that picture. Like, you can't own that picture on your wall. It's an NFT now. I own it.
Yep. It just stops working.
You can't screenshot it. Computers aren't real.
It instantly becomes worthless overnight.
do we have everyone back from bio break? Missed anybody?
I'm here.
If
Yeah, I
you're
didn't
not
know
here,
that.
put your hand up.
All right.
Okay.
Wait, is there not a way to raise a hand in Discord? Okay,
No.
never mind.
Probably.
I don't
Okay.
think there
We're
is.
not,
Like, there
we're
is
not
a-
teams.
That's a Zoom thing,
But,
yeah.
like, what are you doing? Apparently, Lycan is insisting on having her dentist stick right now.
Who quacked?
What the hell was that? I
Oh,
think I did.
the soundboard. You found this. Ah, the soundboard. There it is.
There's a soundboard in Discord?
Yes,
Crane
there
the
is.
soundboard
Yeah, no
bar
idea.
Up or down in user settings. Voice
I will
and
happily
video.
add things to this soundboard as time goes on. I have many meme sounds, so I can. That will-
Okay.
Yeah, that's one of them. Yep. Okay. Okay.
God.
We have our stuff.
Do you have Wilhelm scream on the soundboard?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in there. It's got to be in there. What do you? Yeah.
I can't find the soundboard. Probably for the best.
Yes, probably for the best. Don't Seb, stop playing with the stupid.
I love it. I love it so much. Anywho,
If you're quick enough on the Wilhelm scream, anytime someone gets defenestrated, then,
anytime,
then that'll be
every time you just need to get it. Yeah.
I don't know what it's called, but there's the one that's like.
Okay, so so far your guys' shopping endeavors has taken up the morning. It's about noontime now.
Yep.
What do you guys want to do?
We're at full health, right? We done. It's like, let's just go. Like, we're just putting off the inevitable at this point.
You were asking just before the break. You were asking about the book too with Kael.
Oh, right. Yes, of course. Oh, yes. Yeah, we need
Almost
to
done.
resolve that storyline. Yeah. Is it worth sending Jim to?
It'd be so easy to take one, but like I've been trying to.
No.
think,
Like
'cause
I said, I need
Jim-
to come up with a reason. I understand you wouldn't do it, but if there is a logical reason, I could probably appeal to Jim directly.
Because Jim is lawful evil,
Yes.
but like with me being lawful neutral, I don't think I would like command him to go do it.
No. That's what I mean. But he still kind of has his own
Yeah.
reasoning.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I
he
can
does.
appeal to him with, like, he's part of our party, sort of. I can appeal with him
Yep.
logic, but I need a reason first. So My only
I
thing that
see
Bruce
the
has right now
Kender?
is that Kael is prepping for the thing, and that is part of prepping for the thing. And so I'm trying to get a read off of Kael. How important is this book?
Did I see the book Kender?
I think it was down a
Thistle did
different
not
way.
get to see the book vendor. No.
No, it was a different direction.
Okay. I was going to say, if you need a distraction.
So, where is this book that you're talking about?
It's just down, just the other wing there, the one that you passed on the way here. If we go down there, there's a guy who's, I guess is the author or something. He's traveling definitely from somewhere else, but he's got a whole stack of them. I was like, he wants 50 gold for them, though. I think that's a bit much.
Ooh.
But
Well, Thistle looks up to you and says, "You help find a mace for me. Maybe I can help you get this book you want."
oh, well, I don't want to rough the guy up too much. I just said half joking, but like with it's like, oh, go on.
Let's go have a conversation.
Righto. What did he say his name was? Volo. That was it. Yeah. Yeah, it seemed like a nice chipper bloke.
Okay.
So GM, Kael's done some traveling. Would Kael have any reason to know the name Volo?
Oh.
Give me a history
Ooh.
check.
Rolo as in ROLO?
VOL.
Volo.
VO.
Volo.
Oh, Volo.
As-
Volo, yeah.
As in the character from Pokemon Scarlet and Violet.
Not with a nat one, you don't.
Oh my god.
Wow.
Oh, never heard that name before. No.
You're aware might be
He
a
literally met you on the road from the monastery. Like, nope, no idea.
Okay. However,
Volo.
despite the nat one, I do have to give you a bit of a reward, but it's going to be conditional. I am going because I was kind of racking my brain. I'm like, how could I? What excuse? Like, I don't want to just ask him for a history check. What excuse could I give to get them to think whether they've run into Vola before? So for asking such a good question and giving the opportunity to roll on this, I'm going to give you a DM's inspiration die. However, you cannot use it to re-roll that.
Okay.
So the nat one has to stick. You have no clue who Volo is. You've never even heard of him.
Just clear, this inspiration only lasts for the next hour, right?
You're ever so slightly doubting that whether or not monsters even exist. Yeah, TM's inspiration die for a well-timed good question.
Okay. I will remember that.
Well, where is his Volvos?
If you so choose, you could those that were at him could very easily lead the rest of the party to Vol.
Yeah, I'll be like, oh yeah, he's right over here. Follow me. Let's go. Start walking.
Yeah, Thistle will happily go and.
So yeah, as you approach the area, it's not quite as dense of a crowd as those of you who were there recall, but there is still a rather flamboyant man with a foppish hat selling a book.
Thistle will approach said man and go, "Hi there, my friend would like to buy your book. He says it's really expensive. Your name's a Volvov. What does that actually mean? You know everything? I think I know everything."
Give me a persuasion check at advantage.
Oh, advantage.
You spoil me, sir.
Yes.
19. Yeah, he exclaims with surprise that you're a very interesting and strange looking fellow. He's wants to know more about you and starts asking you questions about why you're small and where you're from, and yeah, he's interested in you.
Okay. Before Thistle answers, he So looking a little surprised, we're looking and go, maybe something can be worked out here. My friend is interested in buying a copy of your book, and maybe if I gave you some information about me, we could work towards a little bit of a lower price. Knowledge is really the real currency here. Saying that, he turns back to Bruce with that shit-eating grin, because he said that as we walked in.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. It's like you're just being a smartass.
and Kael has got this rather impressed look on his face that Thistle came up with that very compelling argument.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna get you to give me another persuasion roll, also at advantage.
Okay.
While this is going on, because I don't say anything, I turn to Calva. I'm like, do you reckon Jim could swipe one of those while we got his attention? And then you're like,
Jim
what?
could-
Why? You'd be confused.
Yeah, I'd be like, well, I mean, Jim could easily swipe one of those, but
So I turn. It's like, where's the little bugger? Is he invisible again, or is he?
I
guess
do
he
not recall
wasn't.
you declaring him invisible
No.
again after.
No.
You're
So
right.
he's just with us.
Technically, he's still
He's
on
just
my
with
head.
us right
Oh, he's
now.
still on your shoulders.
Yeah.
Well,
So
you
he's
would
back.
have had to let go of him when you
Grabbed
picked
them
all.
all, yeah.
So he
Yeah.
would have
He-
taken that
I'm wearing him
opportunity
like a
to be flying again.
So before
he's
Calva
just kinda
even
flying
answers,
beside
so
me.
even before Calva even answers, I realize my mistake. Like as I'm talking to you, it's like, oh, I need Rick and Jim. And even if you had an answer, I'm like, never mind. I just turned it in. Oi, mate. Turn to Jim. Oi, mate.
So yeah, So we're gonna come back to the persuasion here. So you you give him a few tidbits. Just basically explain. You're a Kender, and you're from the garden, and there is lots that you could tell him about that. He seems to be really intrigued. And bottom line, what it comes down to is if you agree to be interviewed by him, he will give you a copy of his book for free, which will amount to basically Thistle spending the afternoon chatting with Volo. I'm not talented enough to roleplay that, Thistle. I'm sorry.
Not a problem. Nope.
But you're literally going to spend the next.
Why,
5
hello
hours
there,
talking to
young
Xerox.
thing. Why is you...
My word, you would be like, Greg, enough. It's like 2 a.m. I'd be like, but I only got through my first my direct
Yeah.
ancestry.
Exactly.
I have an entire lore for a.
That's what I imagine Volo's voice sounds like. He's the Mad Hatter.
So,
Just
yeah.
step right up and take a look at my books.
So I will say, Greg, I have to applaud some rather masterful, not metagaming.
Good job.
Because Thistle asked the right questions. It is well within his character, and Thistle finally found someone that actually wants to hear all the things he has to say. This is entirely within Volo's character as well.
Yep.
So yes.
Well,
absolutely.
Thistle will
You can have
happily agree to a full afternoon of this. I assume we can find a place to sit and have meat, and he will regale him with. Yes.
Yeah. So as much as I don't want to pull Greg out of the game, that's fair. So Thistle will basically be in timeout for the afternoon. Not a negative timeout. So what does the rest of the party want to do?
Right.
So as we're not just continuing on with a whole afternoon's worth of stuff while Greg sits on his ass and
Yeah, that's fine.
What does the rest of the party want
I
to spend
still
the rest
want to
of the
pursue
afternoon
this
doing?
conversation with Jim as one last
absolutely.
attempt to. So Thistle has sufficiently distracted Volo. and I would like to beckon Jim
All right.
and appeal to his sense of reason.
Did you not hear I'm getting a book for free?
Yeah, I want 2.
Okay.
Like,
Did you not hear earlier?
looking-
Yeah, you weren't there. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm trying to figure out I don't really know how to play these like neutral, evil, lawfuls kind of stuff. He's
Okay.
lawful evil.
Lawful, yeah, okay. So lawful means that it has to be like purely by reason, and they're like according to.
So it's not like stealing's against the law, so he wouldn't do it.
Not necessarily. Like there has lawful evil would still steal, but it would have to be for a very logical reason. Like there would have to be an incredibly logical reason for it.
The way I
Typically,
see
lawful
lawful
means you see
evil.
it.
Yeah, exactly. The lawful evil is you would have a code and a set of rules.
Yeah.
Those rules may not necessarily line up directly with the local
Okay.
law of the land.
Okay. All right.
Whereas,
That works.
yeah, and then the evil part is simply self-serving. Versus your neutral part, you're just not concerned with good or evil. Like you're just
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, the lawful part.
Like,
That's a
bottom line.
But
If Jim thinks something is worthwhile enough to benefit, he probably wouldn't have a problem with stealing.
Okay.
More
All right.
anyway.
my understanding, because I usually play lawful evil characters. I'm not. I usually play lawful evil characters, and so there's usually some kind of grand plan in the background. Like it has to fit into a greater purpose.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
So that's fine. I'm attempting it. I mean, Jim is effectively your other character now, so he can completely shut me down. That's fine. But
yeah.
I still want to attempt to. I'm not. There's 2 things going through Bruce's mind right now. One is we might lose one of these copies, and it could save a life. And the second thing is this guy's got a ton of copies, but this might be a useful enough book that we could pawn it off for a lot more money in a different place somewhere down the road.
Yeah. True.
So those are the two arguments I give Jim. If he listens to me at all. Like, I mean, I might not be worth his time. It's possible. I might. If he just decides, no, you.
Jim definitely listens, and
Okay.
I think he sides more with that it could be very extremely useful for our lives, like my life and for Calva's life, and if Calva dies, he dies. So
Jim was there when we were trying to figure out what it was, so he would know. He would know exactly how useful the book is. Yeah.
So Jim's down to swipe a book.
I'm like, all right, you're gonna have to be you have to do it quick, quick and invisible or whatever. It's like, Calva, go. It's like go talk to whatever. I just tell Jim, it's like you and Calva figure out. You do your thing. I'm gonna. If you need me to make a scene, let me know. There you go.
I do also want to get one more thing clarified before we attempt this. It's just in the writing of the invisibility thing for him. It says, I put in the roll 20 there. It says any equipment the imp wears or carries is invisible with it.
Yep.
Now, if he's carrying a book, that's obviously not equipment.
That is.
Is that just I read it as items still work if he's holding it, but it does specify in the words equipment.
DM's call.
Yes. So, here's how I'm going to choose. So, invisibility, right, is effectively a spell, right? The imp doesn't necessarily cast it as a spell using a spell slot, but effectively it is the equivalent of an invisibility spell that a wizard would cast, I would imagine. So I would say any equipment or items he's holding when he goes invisible, then become invisible with him. But if he's already invisible, touching things doesn't magically make them disappear.
I like that.
Okay.
That's very reasonable.
Okay. All
I
right.
I was trying to think of a way to explain that without giving you.
No, that was
exactly how to
perfect.
do
It's
it.
like, yeah.
No, that's good. That's good. All right,
When he at the time he goes invisible, that's when it takes effect. It's not like
Yeah.
a ongoing. He can't transfer it to other things.
Yeah. It's not like he's invisible. Pick it up and it instantly goes poof. Goes invisible. Okay.
If you let go of it though, while you're invisible, it would become visible.
Yeah. All right. I'll. I guess Jim will give Bruce a nod and be like, "Yeah, you want to put on a show?"
Well, Thistle already has the guy's attention for now.
Yeah,
I'm
I
hoping,
guess so.
but if the DM, I was prepared to bring up Bongo for this, so I'm really trying to hold off because I only get one of those.
Well, I would say, Volo is very interested in Thistle.
He's very interesting,
and so I would say Volo's attention is very much on Thistle.
Yeah, I'm keeping an eye on Volo.
There...
I'm just keeping an eye on Volo and smiling and nodding, and watching. I'm also watching Thistle. I'm adding to the crowd spectacle that is Thistle.
What about are there many people around Volo as well? Just random people?
They're starting to disperse, but there was a pretty dense crowd gathered around the stall.
There's still a couple of people there though.
The souk in general is very crowded, and it was a bit more dense here. It's still a little bit more dense than the rest of the souk, but it's starting to thin out. And people are spreading out, and it's becoming amalgamated in the rest of the dense.
Would any of them have taken note that Jim is with our party? Would they have clued in and seen it?
He's been flying around lately.
He rode on Thistle's shoulders all the way over here.
He's a pretty exotic creature for being. Now, exotic creatures aren't entirely unknown in these parts. But he is a little bit more exotic than most things around here. So it's probably safe to say that Jim's existence has likely been noticed.
Okay. I was like, is he memorable to people? But yeah,
I would say he stands out in this setting.
Yeah. Certainly with his proximity to Thistle as we walked all the way through the place. So
Is it a big book?
If he's invisible, it doesn't. If he's invisible, though, it doesn't matter what people notice.
Well, I got another idea.
Oh, okay.
The book is a rather hefty book.
Would a raven be able to carry it?
Let's see. I think I actually have a description of how large and heavy it is.
Also, the item that I found called Sword is identical, except it's slashing instead of piercing. So I have added sword instead of short sword to my equipment, and I would need Peter or you to go in and change the name of it because I don't have access to that.
No, you can change it yourself. But I was able to change mine to be a custom name.
Yeah. So it is a durable hard. It's described as a durable hardcover book. So I'd say it's about the size of a. Yeah, it's exactly the size of a Little Caesar's deep dish pizza box.
It is exactly the size. Okay, I know exactly the box.
The 2 square pizzas, exactly that size.
I'm
literally looking at one right now. I'm like, yeah, this is a perfect. So it's exactly that size, but it's heavier, obviously. It's that size of book. So I'd say it probably weighs about 4 or 5 pounds.
So a raven probably couldn't fly away with it.
Well, what's a raven's carrying capacity?
I don't know.
It's not a coconut. It's not a swallow. It's not a swallow. It's not a coconut.
It's not an unladen swallow. No. I imagine it would probably. Well, it would probably do better than a swallow. I'm pretty sure
it would do a lot better than a swallow. Yes.
Yeah, ravens are not small birds. I'd say it's not impossible. It's definitely a dice roll.
Like for the shape,
no. Coconuts. I'm just probably going to tell you now. No, there's no way he can fly with it. He would have to walk up to it and take it off and do stuff. Yeah.
But is it an African raven?
Or European raven.
An African.
So I
raven.
just put the shape changer thing in roll 20.
Okay.
It does say when he polymorphs,
Yep.
he does keep his stats.
Okay.
Polymorph him into like a wolf.
Well, he can go into a rat, raven, or spider.
Yeah. Okay.
So would that change?
None of these things are going to be able to carry this book.
Yeah. Well, yeah, definitely not the rat.
It
or
can.
the spider.
It can try.
You can definitely try.
All right, I think it's safer just to go with
Roll a nat 20 on athletics, and you'll be just fine.
Yeah. Yeah, like
So
so in how I'm thinking of Jim as his size, like he's definitely not he's definitely bigger than the book, but you know, like it's big enough to compare to him to be awkward.
He doesn't have to shapeshift at all. He can just be Jim shaped.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah,
But like his arms are spread wide as he's holding it.
I know the spell I have to summon him has I think it has a specific amount of weight that he can carry. I think it was like 5 pounds.
Well, if it's 5 pounds, then he can probably carry it.
All right, so everyone's pretty distracted then. Jim's gonna go invisible and then fly over where the books are. And then he's gonna land and put his hands on the book.
Okay.
And he's gonna like make sure that Volo's still looking over at Thistle. And he'll kind of just scan the area and see like with the people around and just kind of like wait until he feels like there's less eyes looking over there. And then he's gonna pop out invisible, pop back into invisible, and then fly away with the book.
Okay. Give me a stealth check.
Okay. Stealth check. Hold
With
on, let me
Bob's.
double. I need to check something here real quick.
All right. All right, I have done it now. My sword is now named Machete, and it has a -1 to its damage.
Nice.
11.
11. Okay. Give me a. So he turns invisible.
Yeah.
As far as he was aware, it wasn't observed. And he pops out of invisibility again. Give me another stealth check.
Oh, he actually has a +5 to stealth. Shit. I didn't realize under skills.
Okay. So that's a 13 and a 14. Okay. And give me one more stealth check.
Come on, baby.
18.
Hey.
Nice.
Three opposing rolls, and none of them beat his stealth. And therefore,
Stealthy boy.
Bob has met now.
Jim.
Jim. This book is too heavy for him to fly.
Yes.
But Jim is successfully, he's standing on the ground, holding the book, and he is invisible, and the book is also invisible.
Sick.
And there has been no immediate reaction from anyone in the nearby.
Perfect.
All right.
Yeah.
It's like as I sense where he might be, I just kind of leave an open backpack beside me. As I just like put it on the ground, open it up, and I just put it on the ground with it open.
I'm just gonna leave this here for.
Yeah, I'm just gonna leave for no reason. Yeah, just an open backpack sitting right beside me. All right, we good?
Yeah.
You have acquired a copy of Volo's Guide to Monsters.
Fantastic.
Success.
Actually, I should ask, Spence. So, do you? It doesn't have to go in my pack. Would Jim put it in yours, or would it go in mine? Your choice.
Probably yours.
Okay.
Because then I'd be questioning where the book.
Yeah. Oh,
I mean,
that's
I'll
true.
probably
It's
end
like
up
how to.
questioning it anyways.
Yeah,
but-
you're just like, what are you doing? Oh, okay. All right, I will add that to mine then. Volo's Guide to Monsters, and Thistle also has
yeah, I
a.
guess- I
does
guess
Thistle have a
this-
signed copy?
Yes.
That could be
As
worth
of,
a lot
as
of
of
money.
yet, he hasn't asked for one.
It was like Thistle's copy should be a signed copy since it was a whole like back and forth with Volo.
I mean, at the end, he may ask him once he hands him the book and say, "Can you sign this to Bruce
Actually,
from
To Bruce?
Volo?"
You know what? Unfortunately, not
He charges
unfortunately,
for. He's got to charge it for.
because of what you asked for. No. Just because of thanks to Baldur's Gate 3, that reference on Volo's character, I think Volo's level of self-importance, he would probably insist on signing,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
signing the book for
Insist
Thistle.
on it.
So
Thistle just made a new
we'll
friend.
We'll ask, can you please make it out to my friend Bruce?
Yeah, that's definitely something.
He would do that. All right, you have a signed copy for me. Oh, that's nice. I am not letting on anything that I did with Jim. So it's and none of you know. Calva's confused.
Yeah. Now, one thing though that I didn't think so. Unfortunately, I think Calva would have to find out
Oh yeah.
about stealing the book getting stolen because Bob's loyal to Jim. Jim's loyalty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I corrected Jim to Bob and then went back.
Yeah, don't do that. Yeah.
Jim's loyalty to Calva is significant, and so he wouldn't be able to keep it a secret.
But I feel like with the. Oh yeah, go ahead.
So I'm thinking like after with the description of it, like I don't think Calva would steal anything, but if Jim had stolen a book for those reasons, and Calva found out since he's like neutral, I don't think he'd be too upset or anything.
I don't know if he'd be concerned about.
I think Calva would maybe scold Jim, but that would be about it.
Yeah.
My ADHD brain is thinking to I don't know if any of you guys have seen that meme video of like the dude and like the gnome that wants his gnome bacon, but he keeps casting dark magic.
Oh yeah.
Oh come on, bud! I told you, gnomes that cast dark magic on people don't get their gnome bacon. But if I don't get my gnome bacon, I won't get my nutrients. I won't grow up like a So anyone who's familiar with the reference. I made it so we couldn't walk anymore. That's bad, bud.
Thistle's gonna hate it when I sell the signed copy.
God. Everyone hates this.
Can we go into the jungle now? Can we this is our big push off before our
Well, so Thistle's tied up for the rest of the afternoon. So what does the rest of the party want to do?
So I
to
actually
kill time?
missed what Thistle is involved with for the rest of the afternoon.
Yeah, so because Thistle is in Volo's perspective a strange creature that he hasn't encountered before, Volo has agreed to provide Thistle with a free copy of the book in exchange for allowing him to interview him about about Kenders and the garden and stuff like that.
Okay, so we're stuck here for a little bit.
Well, you're not necessarily stuck. You're stuck in town.
Yeah, that's what I
unless
mean.
you wanna leave
We're stuck here for a
Thistle.
little bit.
But it's just for the afternoon. So whatever the party wants, we don't have to just role play a whole afternoon's worth of stuff while Greg
No.
does nothing.
Say this session has to end. This session has to end with us leaving the city because we have a giant gap. Oh.
So what do you guys want to spend the rest of the afternoon doing while this is doing that? Like just a general, like, how do you want to spend the afternoon prepping?
Crom, do not go to the casino.
No.
That's actually a way to make a good amount of money.
I think what I would do is I would probably be doing the same thing I did in Baldur's Gate. I would probably be looking around, not getting too far away from the Grand Souk, but kind of scouting out some back alleys and stuff for any characters that look desperate for money that seem to be willing to do questionable things.
Okay, so you want to spend the afternoon looking for minions.
Minions, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Basically.
Okay, what about the rest of you?
Informants. We'll call them informants.
Informants. Okay,
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you want to find some reliable informants.
Yeah.
Kael would like to look around more for a bow. Now having a sense of how expensive the longbows are, looking for maybe a better price, but also considering a short bow.
Okay, let me see. Let's look up the pricing. While I'm looking that up, Crom, what do you want to spend the afternoon doing?
Calisthenics.
Oh, calisthenics. That's for
No.
the devil.
Yeah.
The only thing Crom would do is pump iron. He pump.
I intentionally put that in your script because I knew that'd be good.
Crom can certainly spend the afternoon pumping iron if that's what he'd like to do.
Actually, Crom would like to go to some sort of collection
brothel
of where knowledge is kept. No, where knowledge is kept, like a library or whatever, to do research on where he can find the horrible, terrible minotaurs.
Okay.
Ooh,
So Crom wants to go to the library.
a library.
Yeah. He wants to go to the library.
Actually, I
It
would
is
probably be the one who'd end up in a brothel because I'm looking for shady characters.
Yeah, you could probably find shady characters in a brothel.
Yeah. I'm checking pubs, alleys, brothels, anything for someone who's willing to get themselves thrown in jail for a quick buck.
Okay, and Calva, what would you like to be doing for the afternoon?
I want to look for another gem store and get some information on the area.
Okay, so what
That's
sort of
okay.
information are you looking?
Like if there's known places where there are certain gems on the like in the jungle and whatnot, or like what type of gems are here? What are the rare ones?
Okay.
More specifically,
Are there any
what are the
any
rare
gems
ones?
specifically that you're looking for? Okay, so you just want to have better knowledge as what about
Yeah. And I guess I should research what gems are here, but like I don't know what the rare ones are.
Yeah, okay. Fair enough.
And I guess Calva wouldn't know what the rare ones are either here. He's kind of newer to this area, I guess. Just specifically rare.
So, we'll say, okay, so Bruce is looking for informants. Kael is looking for a bow, a ranged weapon or a short bow, something that's more reasonably priced than a longbow.
Yeah.
We have Calva looking for information on gems. And we have Crom, who is looking for information on minotaurs.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Have I missed anyone? Other than Thistle, who's already talking off someone's ear.
And that's why my aunt has 3 toes.
Okay.
DM's inspiration.
You have 5 minutes to use it.
Considering, so we're basically done the session, other than resolving these situations. So
I'm
gonna say the
assuming
other
after
information
this,
for
are we
next
planning? We're planning just leave, right?
At night?
Camp. It won't be night. It won't be night quite yet. It'll be the evening, but we'll set up camp just outside the walls. Or I'm prepared to camp this eve.
Have we discussed whether or not we're gonna get a guide?
Let's resolve these.
Oh
these
shit!
things
Yeah,
that are
there's
in there right now.
hack is okay.
Okay. Okay. So first,
Never mind.
Kael's bow. Give me first an investigation check.
We're gonna go back to Kaya's. Never mind. We gotta.
Dirty 20.
Okay. And give me a persuasion check at advantage.
Ooh.
17. Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna say you were able to look around, find a few vendors available, comparing different prices and doing some haggling. You find your best price on a short bow is going to be 28 gold pieces.
Okay. I will have to pass on the purchase of a bow for the moment.
Okay, so that we'll call that wrapped up. So on to the informants. First, Bruce, what's your budget?
My budget.
If you want to hire informants, they're going to want money. So.
Yeah, no, I understand that. My budget will be. I will spend up to 10 gold on this.
Okay. Next, give me an investigation roll.
All right. Nope. That is a nat. Oh wait. Oh, it's a 7. Okay. I thought it was a nat 1.
Plus 4 is 11. It's 2. 11 is kind of like a nat 1. It's like 2 ones.
I thought the 7 was what I rolled a 7. I thought it was a nat 1. I'm like, wow.
11's actually worse than a nat 1.
Yeah. It's double the nat 1.
So next, give me a persuasion
roll. All right.
No advantage, just straight up.
Yeah.
Persuasion.
Okay, that's better. 14.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you do find one individual who is kind of a sneak thiefy type, and he's willing to exchange local information and rumors for 10 gold.
Oh God, he's too expensive.
So I'm gonna say
no. 10 gold was between yeah. Go ahead.
For the next 2 in-game days, you will have advantage on checks that involve like rumors and skullduggery around the information about nefarious things.
About shady things going on. Okay, for the next 2 in-game
cool way
days.
to do that.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay. Crom attempting to do research on minotaurs.
I'm still gonna pay the silver though.
First, give me an investigation check.
Fuck it, I'm paying him in copper. I have too much copper.
Oh God.
Now it's 900.
A dirty one.
A dirty one.
You don't see a lot of those.
Damn it.
Okay.
None of
and
these.
Also give me, you know what? Yeah, a persuasion check too.
Okay.
At disadvantage. Still not bad. Okay. You do manage to talk to some people, but they seem to be kind of confused as to what a minotaur is, and they're just kind of looking. They're more confused at this half horse, half human thing. But you're not able to find any useful information on minotaurs. People are just, you'd think the fact that you're already half human, half animal, that describing half human, half bull would be easy.
No, I wouldn't. Not too far of a stretch.
But yeah, no. So yeah, people are confused and doubt the existence of minotaurs. Yeah, so we did Kael, we did Bruce, we did Crom, we need to do Calva. He wants to find information on gems. Would you like to spend any money trying to get better quality information, Calva?
Yeah. I'll put up 10 gold.
Okay. Give me an investigation check at advantage.
Investigation at advantage. That's control, right? You hold control for advantage.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, oh yeah.
Shift. Sorry, shift.
Yeah.
Yeah, controls disadvantage.
Want a dirty 20, I think?
Dirty 20. Okay. And give me a persuasion check also at advantage.
All right.
Didn't pop up. Where?
Ooh.
320.
Oh, that took a
Okay.
minute.
So yeah, you were able to get quite a bit of information. You basically met a geologist apparently. And you spent the afternoon chatting with him about the geology and gemology of the continent of Chult. You have advantage on identifying and valuing gems found
Sweet.
on the island of Chult.
Awesome, thanks.
So uncut gems like in the ground. So like not once they're cut and traded, right? Yeah, that's not the sort of knowledge you have on it. But
Yeah, no, it's like if I see it in like a cave or something when we're in there, and I can.
Yeah, exactly. You were already pretty good at that in general, but now if you're looking for information on the gems you see in the ground, you got advantage.
All right, cool, awesome.
And that's permanent for the island,
Sweet.
the land of Chult.
Thank you very much.
Fantastic.
Okay, who am I missing anyone, or is that everyone? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yep,
And then
that's it.
Our
Thistle.
Kender has talked off Volo's ears, and Volo you think he's recorded it accurately.
So
and he
again,
gave you
I
some-
cannot stress this enough. The rhubarb has to go in the pie. It is a core to the recipe. If you don't have the rhubarb in the pie, it is not a rhubarb pie.
Oh, you're just
Perhaps-
delightful little. Sorry, I gotta.
perhaps future editions of Volo's Guide to Monsters will include an entry with a recipe of rhubarb pie.
Fantastic.
And just rhubarb, just straight up rhubarb.
Yeah.
I have suggested to everyone, it's like, I rather liked Kaya's. Shall we return there for the night and set out in the morning?
Yes, then we'll go to the jungle.
Yeah, sounds good.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
So you do go back to the TK's House of Repose. The innkeeper greets you and offers you a room, much like before. However, he exclaims that he's not going to be able to offer you the same bundle with the local private bathhouse.
Oh.
As there were some complaints from other patrons.
Oh.
However, he does explain there are a number of other private bathhouses available, as well as the public bathhouse.
Bruce does not need a bath. We are not.
I'm not suggesting you guys need to go get a bath again. I'm just saying you're not welcome at that bathhouse.
Yeah, no. That's totally fair.
I think
public bathhouse. Thistle will go by himself.
Thistle's the problem.
Like one time at the public bathhouse.
Yeah, he'll go to a public one. He don't care.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
It's a bit longer of a walk, but it is definitely something that Thistle could do before going to bed.
Yeah.
So
Would Kael need?
Does anyone else want to have a bath?
I was gonna say,
before
would
bed? We're not
Kael
gonna
need
roll-
that? He's been
We're
walking
not
around
gonna
all
play
day.
through it. We're just gonna like,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
if anyone's interested in having a bath before bed, now's the time to declare it.
I'm probably gonna spend the night. Probably gonna spend the night. Well, resting what I can, but the moments I'm awake, sharpening a new machete and.
Does anyone recall what the price of the room was last time?
It
or-
was one. It was 1 gold, 1.5 gold. So. Oh wait, no,
yeah,
that was
it
the
was 1.5
bundle. That
gold
was
for
the
the
bundle
bundle, so-
price. So it was one.
Yeah,
It was
but normally
1
it would be 1
gold.
gold each. So
Yeah.
yeah,
It
so
was
it's just
1
1
gold
gold for the room. Yeah. Okay. Perfect.
Mhm.
Anyway, that's a good place to wrap it up.
Yeah, I will still go 1 gold.
And okay.
Successfully reduced my coinage. I now have 637 copper, down from 1,000. So I cleaned these up nice and clean. So I got 40 gold, 200 silver, 600 copper.
I can't. I really want to share our previous party's experience with the guide, but I guess can't just yet.
Not quite yet.
Soon.
And as you guys were wandering around for the afternoon too, if you have an awkward currency balance, so that you definitely could have easily found a money changer in the city and swapped out for whatever you need. So
Fantastic.
but yeah,
I'm going to
it's,
say goodbye to YouTube so we can stop the
that was
stream.
fun shopping.
All right. Yes, and goodbye, YouTube.